Hey, how's it going, everyone? If is anybody there? Ed B, how you doing, man? This is my first live stream, so you're gonna have to bear with me. I'm not. I'm in my other studio here, so the lights are a little bit frazzled. I'd say this is a first live stream. Uh, yeah, thanks for coming out, man. Hopefully, some other people will join us, but I'm just kind of trying this out, and let me know if you can hear me. Okay, can you hear me? Okay? Ed, you there? I don't know if there's a delay in typing or what. Like I say, but just let me know if there's any sound coming out. I can hear myself, but yeah, I'll just check this out. Okay, great. Thanks, Ed. Yeah, what can I say? Thanks for joining me. Hey, this is Ed Sullivan here, and we're here in I don't know where. Yeah, so like I say, apologize for maybe the lighting not being good, and I got the shades on, not shades, just so I can see better in my glasses. Yeah, there might be a bit of a delay, so I apologize. Like I say, it's my first live stream, so hopefully we'll do another one. So how you doing, Ed? I don't know if there's anyone else here. If I look at my phone, no, I'm not texting my old lady. I'm just seeing, if there's anyone else here. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Just checking it on my phone. I'm just trying to share some stuff. Thanks, Ed. Hopefully, Tom from Eart Guitars will join us. Like I say, I've got the, like I said, watch the cable will come out and everything will blow up. I've got I've got a short cable here. Sorry. Where's my secretary? Hey, Dwight, how you doing there? Great to see you on there. Awesome. So yeah, this is like I say, guys, if you want to say anything, just shout out in the chat, and thanks for joining. This is the Eart Explorer. Like I say, I was given this guitar, and like I say, obviously, I really do like it. And what can I say about it? It's fantastic. The neck. Look at that neck. I think it's like a pear wood neck. If I'm wrong, I apologize. Like I say, I don't want to mess anything good. Yeah, thanks, Ed. This is a great guitar. But honestly, guys, this neck on this guitar is it's like an Ibanez, but it's super smooth. It's not a gloss. Well, it might be a little bit of a gloss. It's more kind of satin, but it's super fast. Yeah, and these are really well-priced guitars. You've got a nice stop-tail bridge. Like I say, guys, feel free to ask any questions or interrupt me because I'm just going with the flow. The pickups are just stock classic pickups. Yeah, $340. Yeah, that's what everyone keeps saying, Ed, is how cheap these are. But the quality, I mean, you guys know I know about guitars, and I've got lots of cool guitars, but look at that headstock. Yeah, Dwight, it's totally awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I've got really good internet here. I just got a new router. I'm not sure what's going on, but we'll just kind of get through this. I really appreciate you guys coming out. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate the support. I'm sorry I'm yapping. Anyways, this headstock, I call it the Dragon Fang. Oh no, it froze. It's probably my hair. I mean, I can see myself. Yeah, sorry that it froze on you, Ed. That sucks, man. Don't leave me. That's good to hear, Dwight. I'm going to message Tom in a minute. Like I say, Tom is in China, and he's the owner of Eart Guitars, and he said he was going to try and get a few people on here. I did post on Facebook, but I'm going to do this a few times, and we'll check out a couple Eart guitars. But yeah, like I say, this is the Explorer. I think it's obviously rosewood fingerboard. I don't know if it's Indian rosewood or what, but the other thing I'll say about this, guys. Hey, Poo Ninja, all right, buddy. yeah, Poo Ninja. I love that name, buddy. Cheers for coming out. That headstock. I mean, you could kill somebody with that. Like, you could use it as a weapon, definitely. But I love the way it's sharp. And another thing, the tuners on these, it's just USA. I can't see because of the light. Sorry. And the tuners on this guitar are fantastic. Like I say, I have 3 Eart guitars. They all have similar tuners. And honestly, this thing stays in tune great. All right, Ed, welcome back. Sorry, I have my glasses on, right? And I'm trying to read. Let me see if I can make the chat bigger. Oh, there we go. I can see a bit better. I don't know if I can see myself. Right on, Ed's back. Ed is cool, man. So yeah, like I said, the tuners on these guitars, most of the Eart guitars are great, but these guitars, like I say, I'm sure you guys have cool guitars already, but I would definitely check one out if you're interested. I mean, the pickups are good, I might change them. I'm happy with them, but you know what pickups are like on guitars. Sorry if I'm yapping too much, guys, but I'm just drinking water here. I'm trying to be a health nut, but yeah, the pickups are decent. And what's cool about them is, is they're bolted to the body, which is kind of cool. And it's a bolt-on neck. So sorry if I'm just going through it. You guys want to hear me just do a little riff here? Let me know. This might be loud. Thanks, Ed. I'm just running it. I've got a Randall NB King 30-watt combo back there. I'm just running it through that. And to be honest, that's a really cool little amp. Yeah, I didn't want to have it too loud either because, I've got a Fi-Fi microphone set up and I got my headphones on. So I'm going to be a bit silly here because I'm having a good time. Yeah, so that little combo is actually a really good little amp. Like, it's almost like a hot-rodded Marshall. I've got the head version of the Randall MB King. How about a couple of power chords? Yeah, I've just got the, sorry if you can't see the guitar. I don't know what I should do. The amp is on the second gain channel with the gain up quite a bit. Thanks, Dwight. I'm just going to message Tom here. You guys, I'm not going to tell any dirty jokes. I don't going to get thrown off. Like I say, Tom is the owner, but awesome, Ed. Tom is in China, and he's supposed to, hopefully come on, and maybe some of his friends. which would be cool. But yeah, it's Saturday night. My clock stopped. It's about, I don't know what time it is, 12:10 or something. Wow, I really appreciate you guys coming out. All two of you and three of you and me. But there should be some other people coming, but we'll see. What else can I say? It's got like a spalted or spalted kind of veneer top. It's like I say, I'm sorry about the camera. I'm not using my 7 p.m. in the East Coast. Okay, cool, awesome, man. I really appreciate you coming out, dude. And it's a really cool top. They come in a bunch of different colors, like I say, 24 frets. And the other thing, like I say, just if you got a question or about anything, just let me know. The cool thing about these is they got the truss rod wheel down on the bottom of the neck, and that's so cool. I don't know about you guys, but I've got a few other guitars with that, and it's just so awesome that you can do that. It's got so many options for the price. You've got a 3-way switch. I don't really have a clean sound, but yeah, the volume knobs are cool on this. They're a bit different. It's weird. You look at them and you might go, I don't know, but they're actually really good, and it doesn't get in my way. I notice, yeah, exactly. You can use your pinky on there, and I notice on Strat guitars and Ibanez, like when I play, like I don't know, I'm a pretty heavy-handed player. I mean, I can play tight and all that, but I do kind of bash the crap out of the guitar. And sometimes on other guitars with those big kind of Strat volume knobs, I tend to hit it sometimes on some of them. So this, I never do that on this. This is really great. Yeah, definitely, Ed. I think it's cool. I mean, you could change them if you don't like them, but it's really cool. Like it's different, and it's got good weight. And the other great thing about these, it's string through the body, man. Sorry about lighting. I'm not really, set up, but it get, you guys know you get more sustain sometimes when it goes through the body, but it's just a beautiful guitar. Like, made in China. China is making some great stuff. I have some other guitars made by different companies, and they're so good. I mean, there's a lot of big players that are playing guitars that are made from the Far East. And myself, I don't care where a guitar is made or what it says on the headstock, as long as it rocks. I played a lot of high-end Gibson guitars, and just an example, I had a Gibson Explorer, and it was an expensive one, but the fretwork was crap compared to Eart guitars. Yeah, totally, Ed. Like, I know I hit the knobs too, and yeah, I don't care where a guitar is made. Like really, I mean, we all like what we like, and like I say, I have had a Gibson Explorer, and it wasn't a high end. I think it was the B2, the black one. It had the dirty fingers pickups, and I got rid of it. I mean, whatever, traded it or whatever I did, but the fretwork was nowhere near as good as this. The frets on this, honestly, man, this is one of the highlights of these guitars. I have 3 guitars. I might just stick with this one, and then every week I might do a different one. Like I might do another live feed next week or whatever. And sorry, did I miss anyone that's come into the room? If you did, shout it out loud. But the fretwork on this thing is fantastic. I'd say they're medium jumbo frets, and it's easy to bend on it. Let's see. Hello there, Mile High. Thank you very much for dropping in. I'm your host, Oz Marshall, and we're checking out Eart guitars, guys. Thanks for coming out. Yeah, the Mile High. Yeah, the Eart Explorers are fantastic. I really love the hello there, mate. Mile High, awesome. The what is the color? The multicolor one. I really like that one a lot because it's just different. This is, geez, I don't even know what this one is. This is like a black or brown, but I'd love to have a few of these. These are, honestly, I've used this so much. And I probably say this in a lot of my videos, and it's the truth, is I wouldn't play a guitar I didn't like. And also, these guitars give me inspiration. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes, like I have another guitar. I can't say what the name is, but it's a made in China guitar. It's like a Les Paul, and I haven't even done a video. Like I say, the amount of videos I'm doing is crazy. But I'm being honest. It plays amazing, and I got it super cheap, and it was brand new, old stock, and it's almost as good as my Les Paul Custom, and I swear to God, that's the truth. Yeah, and totally Nile, man. Like the Dragon Tooth. I mean, I just love the headstock. I mean, yeah, some people might like it, but who cares? I think it's sick. Like, can you imagine a double neck? Yeah, Mile High. Mine stays in tune really well. Like, like some of my other guitars, I don't want to name them because, I don't want to put down any other companies, but they don't stay in tune as good sometimes as these Eart guitars. Yeah, like I've had this, geez, how long have I had this guitar? 3 or 4 months? And I can't even remember. I've been in like 3 car accidents when I lived in Canada. That's why I'm so mental. No, just kidding. But I have been in car accidents, but I wasn't driving. But yeah, look at that headstock. It's badass. And you know what would be awesome? Hi, Tom. I hope you're wake up, Tom. Let's wake Tom up. Can you imagine one of these with a Floyd? Oh, that's wild. A Chinese sector and it won't stay in tune. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. The headstock is sick. I'd love to have one of these with a Floyd, you know, and Eart guitars. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's a lot of guys playing these on YouTube or demoing them, and there's a lot of people buying them. Like I say, I'm very fortunate. I was given this one, but like I'm not going to go into it. But when you do videos, it takes a lot of time and effort. But I'm so grateful for Eart Guitars and Tom, for sponsoring me or whatever. But yeah, that is the most coolest headstock. They need to make a guitar called a Dragon Fan. I don't know. Let me see why the chat is so slow. Yeah, I agree with you, Ed, that hardtails definitely stay in tune better when you're recording. I do like Floyd's. I've done a few. I've done a really cool video with a Floyd, and it turned out really good, eh? And yeah, Floyds are weird, but I'd love to have an Eart with a Floyd. I'm just want to see if I can check the chat thing on here. Was it? Uh, Let me just see. I'm just checking the chat, guys. I don't want a time limit. Okay, I'm just trying to change this to see if the chat will work better. Sorry, guys, but there we go. Yeah, I definitely would love to see the Eart explore. Let me know how the chat is, guys. I changed something on it. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna do another riff here. Yeah. This riff here is from my first album, Snake Eyes: The Journey Begins. It's called Mindful of Guilt. I play it a lot because it's kind of a hard rock kind of Black Sabbath riff, and it's just an E. Oops. I just reading the chat because I want to stay kind of with you guys. Yeah, Dwight, I know what you mean. I do that sometimes. I don't tune down a lot on Floyd's, but I hear you. Yeah, that's really really good that you do that. Yeah, I think this guitar sounds really good. Like I say, this is my first stream, and I'm really happy that you guys are here. Yeah, pinch harmonics. I don't know if I can do it. I just have a whatever sound with that amp. I mean, sorry if I'm speaking too fast. I'm not on any kind of drug. I don't do drugs. I'm not on coffee. I'm on water, man. But I don't know if I just have a basic rock sound with the Randall MB King 30. So I'll see if I can do any pinch harmonics. I don't know if it's going out of tune, but I've been playing quite a bit earlier. I don't know if I've missed anyone in the chat. I hope you're all still here. Where's Tom and all his friends, man? But yeah, I think this guitar sounds pretty good. You guys have probably heard my demo of it and watch me pull something over here. I'm infamous for doing stuff and pulling cables out, and usually I sometimes use a wireless, and Actually, I've got a massive Randall stack in the corner, and on one of my next live feeds, I'll plug it in. It's just in the corner. It's a Randall V2, and I'll plug that in one of the next ones and run it through that. That's funny because I got lots of Randalls, but I really think these guitars are good. And I think they sound great. I mean, like any guitar, you have to set it up through an amp. I mean, I've got a couple amps there and they work. It doesn't matter what they are, but I think Eart guitars are are very versatile. Let's just try the neck position. Oh yeah. Try and do some doom. Yeah, just give me a second here. I'll do a clean sound. I didn't really set up foot switches and stuff. Yeah, I don't know, myself, I'm not really much of a clean guitar player. No, then I might do it. My mom's Irish, so I can do that. Let me, I just don't want to, I'm infamous for pulling cables over, so let me just take those off for 1 second, and I'll turn the clean sound up before I destroy everything, man. Where is it? Oh, that's on the solo one. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's testing 1, 2, 3. It's good to have high gain. Okay, so on the neck pickup, yeah. Yeah, I got a few guitars with the super distortions, Malhal. I gotta, Ed, or guys, I gotta adjust the gain because I think I got the clean gain setting set up for almost like got the gain turned up, so it's not really clean. Sorry, let me just turn that down a bit. Yeah, the drive is all the way up on that. So let's try that again. Yeah, I definitely love DiMarzio's, and let's try it again. Okay, there we go. There's some clean, yeah. I'm a bit out of tune, sorry. It's very warm in the studio here. I had to turn the fan off. I don't have air conditioning. I don't even know what to play clean. I usually play mainly original stuff, so if you hear something and you go, no, that sounds like something else, it definitely is original, but it might sound like something else. This is in the middle position. Turn the volume down a little. Thanks, Dwight. So now I'm on the bridge pickup. Let's hear how that sounds. Hey, Rick, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for coming out. Really appreciate it, guys. This is kind of cool. Like I say, I've never done this before, and a few of me mates. Nice to see you, Rick. I'm really a silly person sometimes, because I just love life and I enjoy it. But someone said to me, "You should try a live feed." I watch Metalhead Hippie. I love that guy. I love all you guys that from the Hippie Show or wherever you're from. And so someone said to me, you should try a live feed, and I just thought I'd try it. It's fun. You're interacting, and I know we all have jobs and are busy and everything, but it's like me. I do a lot of sponsored videos, and like say, you just wouldn't believe how much work I have to do. But doing something like this is kind of it's like really nice because I can kind of let my hair down and just be myself, and listen to you guys and chat to you guys, and it's I try and respond back to comments on my videos, but it's like YouTube is one of my jobs. I have another job, but this is one of my jobs. So it's I do the best I can and play the best I can. But I think this is another great outlet, and I need my foot switch. I need to pan on some shred. No, actually, what do I call overdrive? Raunch. But yeah, the clean sounds great on this. I got no effects. Next time I'll have my Kemper on 12. I do like Kempers. You guys like Kempers and things like that? Like what do they call them? I can't even think straight. Yeah, I've got a couple of Kempers and they're great. It's just it's different. Yeah. What was I gonna do? I was gonna try it with the tone turned down. This is with the neck pickup and the tone turned down. You can get those really jazz sounds, you guys like jazz, man. Yeah, Dwight, you got some killer stuff, man. I seen a video of your gear, man. You got some really awesome stuff. I'm a gear, as I slobber over. I'm a gear nut myself, but we do what we do. Yeah, Rick. Like I say, I'm just plugged into the Randall, no effects, nothing. And if you can do that, that's great. I do like multi effects. I've got so much gear, and right on, Dwight. And it's like, I really like Kempers. I still have racks. Got the old Digitech 2120, I think 2101. They're the tube racks. And I used to use them a long time ago when I lived in Canada through a Marshall. Sometimes I just use a Marshall JCM 800, and they're great. You got a Helix, Ed? Yeah, I had the Helix, the LT, was it, like the floor one, and I gigged with that for a little while. I was touring in a female fronted band about 3 years ago, and I had the Helix LT. I liked it. My honest opinion, it sounded great, but it was a bit. I don't know. It's just me. I found it a little bit complicated to use, whereas the Kempers I find very easy. But I think it's awesome no matter what you use. I mean, you know, yeah, the full floor one, awesome. Yeah, they're great. I loved mine. I had some great sounds on them. I probably sold it or traded it for guitar, but I do love the Kemper. I sometimes I use it for recording. A lot of times I blend my amps. I run a Marshall or an Angle together. I've got so many amps. This is another part of my studio. And like I said, there's a Randall stack in that corner. But the Kempers are great. I haven't used it live. I've also got the Friedman powered speaker, which is cool. Yeah, there's so much to the modeling amps. They're fantastic. Myself, I would say, guys, definitely if you can. Sorry if I had the mouse in the way there. If you can check out the multi effects, whether it's Line 6 or Kemper, or I don't know, Boss makes a really good one. But I love the Kempers. I was, sometimes I run the Kemper through whatchamacallit. I got a power amp for it because it's not powered. And then I run it through a Marshall 4x12. And I'm telling you the truth, that kicks. Honestly, I get some sick metal tones. I mean, I don't know if I could ring it up in here. I used to have it in this studio. I had a Kemper in this part of the studio, and then a Kemper in the other part, the big part. And I don't know, like you wouldn't believe my studio. It's just like, it's just crazy. So I moved the rack Kemper out into the bigger part because I've been doing moving everything around and trying it out there. It just sounds great. Like if you want delays. I mean, I like effects. Like, just now, this is just, clean sound. That's with the bridge position. Tom, where are you? I'm gonna go back to the Raunch channel. Oh, I don't wear headphones, man. It's killing my otter ears. Bear with me. Please stand by from an announcement from the Frazzle Mania bunch. Here we go. Oh, I need the headphones on. Yeah. That was the cable or something. I'm just trying to read those chat stuff. Oh, nice, Rick. Yeah, I like Digitech stuff. I probably have a Digitech 2120. I think it's the purple one sitting around. So I need to rig it back up. It's a great thing, but like everybody has what they like. There's no wrong or right answer. Well, yeah, there's a right answer, but there's no wrong answer for guitars or amps and stuff. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, what was I going to say? I have an Axe-Fx, the Axe-Fx Ultra. That's pretty cool. I mean, you know. Oh yeah, the GSP. Yeah, I think I still have. I don't know which one it is. The 101, the rock one. It had like all the artist sounds, and man, that came out way back when. I'm not as old as I look, but yeah, I mean it. Back then I don't. This is before they started putting the tubes in the Digitech, and they were okay. I just kept it, just for just for my museum. Yeah, I agree with you, Ed. You only need a few presets. I mean, my Kemper, Jesus, hundreds and hundreds of sounds, but I usually make my favorites. Well, I might plug the roundel in next time. I'm not going to do it now. It'll take too long. Yeah, the thing about the multi effects and the modelers, you can get any sound. Like I'm very impressed if you get some good presets with the doesn't matter whether it's a Kemper Axe Effects or the Line 6, the Helix or whatever. You can get some great sounds. And sorry if I repeat things, guys. I'm just a bit frazzled sometimes. But my whole thing is it doesn't matter what you play, it doesn't matter what guitar you play, as long as you rock. I always say that. Bit of drop D. Yeah, Rick, for sure. Like that's what I do. I have different presets for different guitars, and clean sounds for strats, and chorus and stuff. And it's just it's really cool. I mean, I got lots of pedals too. God, I think I got 3 different pedal boards. I had one pedal board. Well, I've got one pedal board that was built by NASA. And when we were touring years ago with Snake Eyes, we toured everywhere in Europe. We were touring in, this was Belgium. And I'm not kidding, my pedal board was about that big. And we had some roadies or whatever that they treat you like royalty over in Europe when we're playing Germany, Belgium. And this guy tried to help at the end of the show, lift it. And I'm like, dude, that's really heavy. You need 2 people. And he was a big guy, I mean, massive big guy, like 6'5", and basically he picked it up and he fell over and he nearly killed himself, honestly, with my NASA pedal board. So I've toned that down. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I think, nowadays, just in the UK, I mean, when I was in Canada, I used to tour with 4 Marshall stacks, 4 cabs and 2 heads, and loads of gear, 5, 6 guitars. I did it in the UK for a while, but what would happen in the UK when you're playing these small gigs, sometimes you play small gigs, and 5 bands or 3 bands got all their equipment in this tiny little space, and people are stepping on it, and there's just no room. So it comes to the point where you get a lunchbox head, not a lynch box, even though I have a lynch box. And it's like you want to bring the least amount of equipment you can, unless you have roadies or space to store it. Because I mean, I've done gigs and people are trying to put beer on your brand new stack and spilling beer all over. I mean, yeah, rock and roll, but when you spend $2,000 on an amp, you don't want that happening. So I think, using these multi-effects units, Axe Effects or Kempers or, whatever it may be, is just a lot easier than taking stacks. I mean, yeah, I love having big stacks, but it's just the practicality of it all, and yeah, it's just, it's all right for my studio and in my studio, guys, I move all those stacks myself, believe it or not. Anyways, how about a bit more raunch? And drop D. Sorry, guys, I get carried away. Yeah, totally. Yeah, the good thing is you can just have stuff on a USB stick, and it's easy to travel with. I mean, I'm not even going to go into the what's going on with gigs nowadays. It's just over here. There's nothing going on really. It's brutal, but yeah, it's just so much easier. But does it really? I don't know what that is. Let me try the microphone. I don't know. Is that any better? I'm trying to turn the mic down. Let me see. Check, 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 check. Sorry about that, guys. It might be that the amp's too loud. Like I say, this is kind of my first live stream, so. I'll turn it down a bit and see what happens there. Let's just get the volume on. It is quite loud in the studio here with the volume. So, where's Tom? Tom, where are you, man? Let me. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I say, sorry guys. I'll. What's this? I can see. I did turn the microphone down. Let me see. Yeah. Check, 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 check. Like I say, I'll try and figure it out better next time. Yeah, like I say, exactly. Yeah, exactly. A learning curve. I did turn the guitar amp down because here we go with the cables. I did. Thanks, guys. I that amp was quite loud in here. What? But I've turned it right down. So like I say, I'm not running it into any software. It's just coming through the mic. So yeah, I've got wireless, but it's been a really busy day. I know it sounds crazy, but I was on my Harley. I ride a Harley almost every day. And filming, so I'm like trying to put it together. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I'm using a cable. I'm just a bit frazzled tonight. I don't know if this is any better or what. I turned it down. Yeah, I don't know what I'm streaming with. I think I'm just going through YouTube. I don't. Like I say, I've got a. Yeah, like I say, I'll have to look into it. I'll do less playing though. But who wants to hear me yap? I'm just seeing where everyone else is. Yeah, Tom's probably still asleep. But yeah. What is so? I'm sorry, guys. I'm just checking to see if there's anyone else messages for the stream or whatever. Yeah, I don't know why. Actually, I'm not going to start fiddling around with everything, but yeah, like I say, these guitars are really cool. I wish they would do a Floyd on it though. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of mad now. The sound is all messed up. So I can only play for 5 or 10 seconds, and then it just goes crazy, right? Yeah, it's probably the software. What do you guys think of different tunings? I mean, I I mainly play in standard tuning. Yeah, yeah, it is kind of. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's not ever tuned, but it's definitely solid. Like when I got this guitar, sorry, I'm rambling on different topics. I didn't even have to set it up, and that's the truth. Thanks, Rick. Yeah, I do stress out about stuff, but yeah, no, it's all good. But yeah, this guitar when it came, it was pretty much in tune. I didn't have to set anything up. I haven't adjusted anything on it, and it just seems great. The bridge is pretty decent. Like I'm not sure, it's probably their own make, but like I talk to different people about guitars and prices, and yeah, I mean, back to the tuning. Tuning is I use regular standard tuning a lot, but I do use drop C sometimes for some of my Snake Eyes songs, and obviously drop D. A lot of times, I'll go down, E flat or whatever, and I have a few guitars, obviously, so different guitars have different gauge strings sometimes, so I tune down. And the other thing is, I don't know if you guys have tried it. Was it the Digitech drop pedal? I have one of those. It's pretty good. It like when I was touring a few years ago, obviously because of the pandemic. Um, because the band I was in, it wasn't Snake Eyes. It was the band India, the female fronted band. She had a bunch of different songs with different tunings, and I'm like, I can't be taking loads of guitars and changing them back and this and that and with the set list. So I just got a Digitech drop pedal, and I found that worked really well. It's just so much easier. I was using it for drop C a lot, and yeah, so I don't know if you guys into drop tunings or whatever, but that's a really good alternative is getting one of those pedals. I mean, I've used it a few times, I think, on some of my recordings, some of my videos where I mean it's wild because I have probably about 50 or 60 videos I haven't even uploaded to YouTube yet. It's just that's how busy I've been over the last 2 years, and it's just sometimes people don't realize, oh, when's your next video coming out? And uh, it takes a couple days to make a video, mix it, edit it, and then upload. It takes hours to upload. Yeah, awesome, Ed. Yeah, drop tunings are cool. Yeah, Dwight, wicked. Yeah, you guys know the scoop. Yeah, I mean, I do use a bit of the drop tunings and drop C. I did this song called "The Ghost of Karatashi." It's Snake Eyes on the Soul Stealer album, and it's in drop C. Um, and it's funny, we've had a lot of band members over the years, including members from Cradle of Filth, Balance of Power, quite a few different big bands. And that one song that was in drop C, everybody that's ever been in the band, that was their favorite song to play. Even though it was in drop C, it was just so heavy. And sometimes it's a good alternative, and sometimes it does make a song sound heavy, but I can appreciate anybody that just plays in regular tuning and plays heavy stuff. I do that a lot. It's just, it's just whatever works. And there's a lot of bands that do play in the drop tunings, whether it's C or D or whatever it is, and that's all they use. And it's like, okay, that sounds pretty heavy, but it's nice to use the regular tuning because sometimes people, maybe associate it more. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But that's just my view. Yeah, for sure, Ed. Like different tunings, definitely. I mean, have some guitars that are just in drop D or C. I think I got a couple baritones, and I don't got any near me. And it depends, what kind of a song you're playing, and what kind of a mood. Like I've got George Lynch baritone. That's a really cool guitar. It's a really cool body. I wish Eart would make like what's that body? It's kind of the ESP LTD F style. I don't know if you guys have seen that body style. I'd love for Eart to do that. I'd love them to do a signature guitar for me. And then I'd give you guys a good deal on it. Oh yeah. I don't know. I had a couple guitars built, but different tunings are great. Like this is just, like I say, D, drop D, I guess. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like I say, I did ask Tom about it. Tom is a cool guy. But the thing is with Tom, he's in China, and well, I don't. My clock says 8 o'clock. That's wrong. It doesn't matter what time it is because I always stay up late and I get up early. But the time difference in China to the UK is like when I'm going to bed. I have a lot of friends and companies I deal with in China and Japan or wherever they are, not far east. And the time zone is so difficult to try and communicate all the time. When I'm going to bed, they're just like, time for breakfast. I'm like, dude, don't call me or message me. I'm just going to bed. And then I got to turn my phone off or, put it on silent because I get all these messages at like 2, 3, 4 in the morning. It's like, really? But that's all cool. Uh, yeah, I think it's almost wanted. I mean, I'm a night owl. Even it doesn't matter how much sleep I get. I always get up early or get out on my Harley or do my exercise or gym or whatever it is, and that's why I look so tired all the time, or I don't look directly at the camera. Yeah, Rick says, doesn't it change the pattern of chords when you change the tuning? Yeah, it does on some stuff. Of course it does. Like geez, I learned some really cool tunings from Keith Richard. I don't know Keith Richard personally, but yeah, for sure, Ed. But I learned some open tunings from Keith Richards. I think it was Open G or something, and I did some songs. It was quite interesting. It was almost kind of, I don't know, sort of like a banjo kind of tuning. It was really weird. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the tunings and chord shapes and stuff can be definitely different, but it's a challenge. You know what I mean? And it's like seven strings. Do any of you guys play seven strings? I used to have a seven string multicolor. I think I have one seven string now. I know Eart Guitars makes a seven string. I'm just gonna put this down for 5 seconds because it's like I'm holding on to it for like dear life. You know what I'm saying? Um, Yeah, I mean, if do you guys have seven strings? I sorry, I just asked that. I've got a just a whatchamacallit Ibanez one, not a fancy one. I actually traded my seven string. Ed's got a seven string, dude. Yeah, I got an Ibanez seven string. Sorry if I'm shouting because I am actually deaf, kind of. But yeah, seven strings are fun. I had the Steve Vai multicolor. Uh, I got rid of it, and I got a few, two or three guitars when I traded for it, and I'm kicking myself. But listen to this. I don't know if you guys are George Lynch fans. I am. I love George Lynch. I got a bunch of his signature guitars, and I got a Kamikaze, an old one. I have two Kamikazes, but yeah, seven strings are cool. I think I did a video a long time ago, and yeah, I know, Ed. It's just I go through guitars like I go through guitar picks. I have, I think I got 2,000 guitar picks. I buy them in 500 or 1,000. And it's like, I just dump 50 on the counter, and I'm not kidding. I find them on my shoes, the laundry. Hey, I just found 50 picks. I done my laundry. You know what I mean? I go out, and next thing you know, in the supermarket, someone will like pick something up. They're like looking at it. I'm like, hey man, that's my guitar pick. Do you want it? I'll sign it. Yeah, George Lynch is awesome. Yeah, I think I met him once or twice, and he played in London. This was like, so I've seen Dawkins in Los Angeles, Vancouver. Oh man, Los Angeles back in the day. I stayed on the Sunset Strip. I never got any sleep, and this is the truth. You know, I've done it all. I haven't been to Mars yet, but I plan on. But when I was in LA, this one time at band camp, all night, all it was Harleys up and down the Sunset Strip. Got no sleep. Why did I try and sleep? Probably because I was wasted, drunk or something. But yeah, I seen Dawkins, and on that one night we seen Dawkins, and then we went to a club after watching Tracy Guns and some guys from Biohazard, and it was unreal. Like, this is a little club after the Dawkins show, and honestly, guys, like the guys from the Biohazard, those guys were badass, man. They were so cool. They're like hanging off the ceiling, like headbanging and stuff, and they were just like jamming. A bunch of guys. Tracy Guns. I've known Tracy Guns for a long time. I hadn't spoken to him in quite a while, but I met him a bunch of times, and he was jamming with the guys from Biohazard, and they're like swinging off the ceiling, off the pipes and stuff while they're doing this gig, and it was just like mayhem, man. And this is after the Dawkins show, and man, those were the days. It's just like, I don't know. I'm sure you guys have been to some good gigs. I've been to some great ones, but it's just, I want to go. I was supposed to go back to LA to meet up with some friends of Frank Stallone. I kind of know Frank Stallone or whatever. I know his one a guy that works for him. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I used to work a lot of festivals in the United Kingdom. I used to manage bands, and I was a guitar tech. Just a little bit about me, what can I say? I've got 14 kids. No, I went to university for sound engineering, and like I say, I worked with a lot of bands at Bloodstock festivals and stuff. And yeah, I mean, I've done so much, and I always appreciate and respect anybody, like you guys, or that's into music. And I just love to share stories. Oh, Slayer. Ooh. Yeah. And totally like Slayer, man. Oh, I mean, I've seen Pantera a couple times in Canada. There's this one time at band camping. How many times can I say that? Awesome Rick, Slayer. Um, Slayer. Okay, so My mom's Irish from Dublin. I'm from Liverpool originally, but lived in Canada. And my father is from Liverpool. So I'm Irish, Liverpool, whatever you want to call it, Canadian. So I don't know, years and years ago when I was in, living in England here, this Irish guy I was playing in a band. He goes, "We're going to Slayer." I'm like, "Yeah." And the problem is the other guys we were going with owned a pub or a bar. It's like you would not believe it. We went to the pub, the guy that owned the pub, and just got sloshed. I don't really drink that much now. I don't need to because I'm already baked and out to lunch. And yeah, it is just like, really, Rick? Slayer on stage, really? Dimebag, oh man. Oh yeah. I'll just finish this other story and we'll get on to Dime. That is so awesome, Rick. Is so the Slayer show, we got wasted before, drinking, and we just went bar hopping. It was one of the best shows. It was at I think it was called the Astoria in London. It wasn't a very big venue, but it was mental, mental, mental Slayer. After we went bar hopping, me and this one guy, we had to leave the other guys that were owned the bar, the Irish guys, because they went all night and we couldn't do it. And I mean, it was the best night ever, but it was sort of like, I don't know where, you wake up, you're lying on a bed and you're like, "Who are you?" "Oh yeah, you're my mate." You're like, you don't remember. And it was just, I mean, I've seen Slayer many times. I think I might have met Kerry King very briefly, but yeah. So Dime, yeah. I mean, it's so upsetting what happened to him. I don't want to bring anyone down, but Dime, I mean, I got quite a few Randall stacks. I got just beside me. I can't show it, but I've got a Randall V2. I used to be endorsed by Randall, and it's unfortunate that Randall has kind of gone down into nothing now. They don't even exist really. I mean, I like the sound of their amps. Uh, I played the V2. I'll hook it up one time once I sort out this sound thing or whatever. With the guitar. And once I started playing the Randall V2, that was my first Randall head, and I got some of the XL cabs with the Celestians. I'm just reading the chat there. Oh my God, Rick, that's sick. Dime was just it. It's just like I don't even know how to say it, but just like the ultimate dude. You know what I mean? There's so many. I watched some of the. I don't know. There's some special video like behind the scenes Dimebag thing. I don't know if you guys have seen that. I don't know if it's on YouTube, but I bought the DVD a bunch of years ago and shows him in his house and he's lighting firecrackers and it's just guy is just a monster and played Randall for a long time, and that's what made Randall amps so big. But yeah, Slayer. So that's probably it for Slayer then, which kind of sucks. And yeah, it's kind of a sad thing about what's his face, Jeff Hanneman too. Yeah. I wish my sound thing, but like I said, I'm not going to worry about it. I'll. Do you guys want to see another Eart guitar? Just show you quickly. Do I have one? Yeah, there it is. This one. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't know. Have you guys seen this one? This is the Eart CK3, I think it is. Yeah. This is a mahogany body, and I'm pretty sure it's a one-piece body. It's got the truss rod on the bottom there again, which is awesome. The neck on this is kind of like Ibanez neck. It's maybe not as thin, but it's kind of similar. And yeah, it's got a nice cutaway there, which is cool. This is a great guitar. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Sorry if I don't know what guitars you guys play. Like, I can't even remember what I play, but it's got the same. I think these are Korean tuners. These ones. Sorry if the picture ain't good, but they're great tuners. This thing plays fantastic. But yeah, it's got this is a pretty sure it's a one-piece body because I can't see any seams on it. Yeah, we can't see your face. Yeah, it's a nice guitar, Dwight. Definitely. These come in a bunch of different colors, and the pick guard, it's a five-way. Like I say, I think I've done. I gotta do some more videos for or for myself because it's just like I say, I do be under contract for doing a bunch of pedals and this, that, and the other. Yeah, it's probably a veneer top, but I mean, it still looks cool. You know, sometimes I have, and I got mainly Ibanez and Jackson. Yeah, I used to play Ibanez and Gibson a lot. I don't know if I have any Jacksons. I have to speak to my curator and see what I got. No, but I had a super wild Jackson neck through. It's like skulls on it. Oh, I got rid of it unfortunately. Yeah, Rick. I don't know. I'm only going. I'm not 100% sure if it's a one piece, but I can't see any seams. But like whatever, it doesn't really matter. But it's still a nice guitar. I'm not sure these are about $280 or $300. But if you want something where you can do single coils, and this thing plays nice, and it's got the frets are so good on these guitars. Yeah, Rick, they make great guitars, definitely. I had an endorsement with them many many years ago, and but I find with companies, they don't give you the time of day, and that's the thing about Eart guitars. I'll say they've been very good to me. Awesome, yeah. I think I've got a Geddy Lee signature bass. I had an LTD bass. They're great guitars. But as I'm saying about different guitar companies, some guitar companies just won't give you the time of day. And I've had a few endorsements over the years with different companies. Randall was very good to me. Eart is very good to me, and I can't say enough about them. There's other companies, but like I say, it's just whoever gives you the support. That's who you've got to go for. And at the moment, Earth is being so good to me. And I'm being honest. Uh, I'm just reading the chat. Yeah, they're so easy to play, aren't they? I've got some Gibson guitars and they're nice. I mean, I got a couple vintage guitars. I love vintage guitars. It's like you pick it up and you go, oh, it smells like it's been in a smoky bar its whole life. And that's great. But, sometimes they're a little bit of hard work to play. And, you know, I notice when you pick up certain guitars, they're very easy to play. No, this isn't a sponsored video. Don't worry, it's not. It's just, I like their guitars and I'm just showing them off. But I find that, these guitars are very easy to play. And I agree with you totally, Rick. Totally. And like I was saying about my Gibson Explorer, it just I got rid of it. The, these Earth guitars blew the Gibson Explorer away. And how much is the Explorer, the Gibson Explorer? Like each to their own. Like, I like what I like, and so does everyone else. And but the Explorer was just it was just the name, like you guys say, or like you say, Ed, sometimes it doesn't matter what it says on the headstock, and it goes for anything. It's just, and like I say, for me, when I get the support, for I've had my channel a long time, but I didn't really start doing proper good videos until about 2.5 years ago. Yeah, exactly, Rick. Price doesn't matter at all. I mean, there's so many great guitars now, whether they're coming out of China, Indonesia, Japan. Japanese guitars are great, and they're blowing away a lot of USA made guitars. And I think it's all preference. Like myself, I'm being honest, I can't afford expensive guitars, no matter what you think. I can't. And that's why I like, cheaper guitars. Oh, Ed, nice. Jackson Kelly. I had one of those. I really dug it. I know. I'm going to say this to myself. um, is I had a Jackson Kelly. I think I had a Floyd, but listen, is it had some Iron Maiden graphics on it. I don't even know if I got a picture of it anymore. I got it in the UK, but it was phenomenal. And of course I got rid of it. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I know what you mean, Ed. It's just like you can, you know, yeah, exactly, Rick. That's the way I think. Like, you know, instead of buying a guitar with 3 or 4 grand, you can have like 5 or 6 or 7 guitars of whatever company or whatever make you want. And you know, I'm being honest. Like I say, I was talking about this Les Paul. I haven't done a video of it. It's a Chinese made Les Paul, and I'm not going to say what the name is yet because I want to do a really cool video where I don't show the name of it. Now you guys know, but honestly, I was playing it yesterday and it absolutely screams. One of my buddies was checking it out. It's like a Les Paul custom. It's very much the same neck profile as the Les Paul custom, and obviously the pickups aren't as good as maybe a Les Paul custom. But my mate said to me this, not yesterday, but when he checked it out, I said, check this out. And he was blown away. He goes, I want to buy one. I said, you can't. It's like a one of three made by a certain company. And it's Chinese made in one of the really good Chinese factories. And he just says, I want one of these. I said, dude, you can't get one. That this was like, they've only made like 5 of them. And I was lucky enough to get it. It was like new old stock from 2016. And I've got some Les Paul customs, and this guitar just has a bite to it. Like I say, I'll do a video, and for playing metal and raunch, with overdrive, this Les Paul, we're gonna put this down. This Les Paul guitar I have is absolutely awesome. Yeah, I mean, I got a few Les Pauls I like them, but like I say, this Chinese one, I go, honestly, it's an absolute shredder. And this, here we go with the hands. Hey, I talk with my hands. I love when people do that, really. It's like when you get a guitar, it doesn't matter whether it's $200, 2,000, 20,000, 20 cents. If it inspires you and makes you play and you can make good music, who gives a hoot? Nice. A 79 Gretsch. Rick, is that like from 1979? That's cool. I noticed Gretsch guitars, they have, where's my armrest? They have some cool pickups. That's awesome, Rick. So I played a few old Gretsches and through a an old Master Volume Marshall from 1980, and the pickups in this thing had a real raunch to it. I'd like to see that guitar, man. BST 1000. Yeah, I don't own. I used to own an old Gretsch Synchromatic acoustic from 1939 or something. I got rid of it, unfortunately. Okay, yeah, but yeah, I mean, I like all different types of guitars, and definitely like the White Penguins and those, whatever they're called, those type of guitars. I think I played. the Chet Atkins one. That was really cool. But that sounds like a cool guitar, man. Like that's. I mean, I've been playing guitar a long time since I was 10. So 4 years, no, a long time. 20, 30 years or whatever it is, and I'm always just looking for the next cool guitar, and I think that's why I like Eart guitars because they're they're inexpensive and a lot of people are liking them, and yeah, like it doesn't matter where it's made. Sort of, I say the same thing, but I mean, I think for the market, people like just I don't know. We might have just chatted about this, like, but I think if I was going to start a guitar company, I would like my guitars, and I think a lot of people say this, is I'd like my guitars to be affordable for people to buy. Whereas, all this guitar is 1,000 or 2,000 or $1,500 or whatever. And then you say, no, I want to make a guitar that's costs 400 or 500 or $600. You're going to make your money because people can afford them. And, maybe it's kind of been said over and over that, but, it's just, I think we would rather have five different cheaper guitars than just one, Les Paul or whatever it is, right? And where's Tom? It's okay, Tom. We love you, man. I'm not sure if Tom is awake or sorry. I'm just seeing if Tom is there. We're calling you out. Yeah. I'll show you the other Eart guitar. I'll sort out the sound for next time because I'm probably due one maybe next week. So I don't know if you guys are a fan of semi-hollow. This has got a center block. This is an ES335 Eart guitar. I don't know what it says there. It doesn't matter. But this is a great guitar. I did a video of this. Hope I'm not boring you guys, but this is a great guitar, and I did a video with it, a song, Sunset Summer or something. It turned out really good. And I just think this is a really great guitar. You can still in tune, kind of. You can still shred on it. Yeah, this is the Eart 335. It's mahogany. Well, that's what it says. I just go by what I'm told or what it says, and two humbuckers. Great guitar. I mean, look at that. That's really nice. Yeah, thanks, Dwight. You got some cool guitars, man. Have you got any hollow bodies like this? I know you got a Les Paul hollow body, don't you? I think you do. I think I've seen a video of it. I apologize for the lighting too, guys. It's just I've got a lot of bright LEDs up above, and they make it even brighter. I don't think it works. So the next, I'll do another live stream next week and try and fix everything. But yeah, this is a cool guitar. It's a beautiful sunburst. I think these ones are. Cheers, Rick. I think these are about 300 or 289. You can't go wrong, man. Honestly, I mean, I put a lot of effort. Yeah, I think I seen that, Dwight. I love that. That hollow body. I'm just going to put it down somewhere where there's not a stand. Oh. There you go. Yeah, I see senior Les Paul semi-hollow. Bigsby, yeah. That's a cool guitar, man. It's funny because, you get people and they get like a semi-hollow or an ES or a jazz guitar, and they're playing all this funky jazz stuff. That's cool, but I like to play like rock and metal on guitars like that and just kind of shock people. Dude, Dwight, thanks for hanging out, man. You know what I mean? Like, there's no rules for life, for music. You know what I'm saying? I love when I see a guy and he's got a 61 Stratocaster, vintage Stratocaster, and he'll play some shredding on it, like Yngwie Malmsteen. You guys into Malmsteen? I think he's cool. Don't believe the stories. Yeah, exactly, Rick. I know. I said to my mate, he's at work right now. He couldn't join us. There are a few people I was supposed to come, but you know how people, I'll meet you at the pub, and then where are you? Oh, I got abducted by aliens. Really? Yeah, awesome, Rick. Me too. Ed, yeah, I'm actually waiting for some ukuleles to do some demos. And where are they? You wouldn't believe. Like, I'm not going to go into what's going on at the UK, but there's a lot of trouble with the mail right now. We haven't had mail in a week. There's been food shortages, gas shortages. Like, really, enough of it. Yeah, I met Yngwie a couple times. Don't believe the stories about the guy. He's a really nice guy, really cool dude. The first time I met him, he had a guy called Doogie White, was a singer at the time. This is quite a few years ago, and I was in London. I worked in London in music shops. I wasn't working in a music shop at the time, but I was in a music shop, and I heard this guy say Yngwie Malmsteen. So my ears perked up. There's somewhere in there, and so I was with a lady at the time, girlfriend or whatever, and she was an American product. All right, and so I said to her, oh, I just heard the guy say Yngwie Malmsteen. So we hung around. This van pulls up, and this dude with like massive hair, tall dude gets out of this van. It's Yngwie Malmsteen. And basically, he's doing, I didn't know, he's doing like a busking thing in the street for a magazine. Yeah, he's amazing. I've seen him live a couple times, and so he's doing this busking thing, right, in the street for a magazine, and he's got like a wireless, and he's playing. Next thing you know, all these people start crowding around. There's people filming. This is 10, 15 years ago, quite a long time ago, and it was unbelievable. And I knew his singer Doogie White, and Doogie wasn't there, but when he stopped playing, he's talking to people and taking pictures. He was really nice. I think his wife was there, excuse me, and his wife was really nice. And I started chatting to Malmsteen, and he's like, "Oh, come down to the show." He gave us passes to get into the show, and he was just a super cool guy. Oh my God, 87. Awesome. The good old days. Rick, I'm like 12 times your age. I know. You're never too old. I know what you mean. You wake up and all your bones are sore. That's from working out and lugging around all those Marshalls in my studio. But you're still young, man. 57 is young. But so Malmsteen is just a cool guy. And another story. So, like I said, I could be here all night telling stories. Oh, I remember this one time with Yngwie Malmsteen. So another time, me and a bunch of my Polish guys, I got a bunch of Polish friends, really cool musicians, guitar dealers, and I met this guy trading a guitar. He goes, "You into metal and blah blah blah." Yngwie Malmsteen. He says, "I'm going. I might be able to get you in." So listen to this. I owned an Yngwie Malmsteen Strat at the time, and I thought, I didn't say nothing to him at the time, but he's getting me a free pass and backstage. So I thought to myself, so I said to him, "Hey, I got this Malmsteen Strat. Do you think, he knew his friend knew whoever was running the show, blah, 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 and, could get us in and backstage." So I said, "Do you think I'd be able to get my guitar signed?" He said, "Probably." So I came up with the brilliant idea. I took the neck off, so I didn't want to carry a Strat. Like, hey, I got a Strat. It's a Malmsteen American Strat. I took the neck, met Malmsteen, got some pics. That's not the Malmsteen pic, but met Malmsteen. He signed the back of the headstock to Oz and his little scribble. Oh my God. He was so nice. I mean, Yngwie is nowadays, he's a bit kind of reluctant to interact very much. Like, he's still nice. Yeah, and it was just amazing. And, we weren't hanging out with him very long, just a few minutes, because he's a bit, whatever. He just doesn't want to deal with people that much now. But he was super nice. But I have this Strat. It's in the other part of the studio. I'm not going to go in. I'll show it another time. But it's signed to Oz from Yngwie Malmsteen, and it's just mind blowing that night. And yeah, he had like 50 Marshalls. I've seen him a bunch of times, and he's always got 50 Marshalls. And I'm like, I can have more Marshalls than you. Well, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, it's just you never know what people are like until you really meet them. Like, okay, for sure, yeah, it's I don't know if I'm gonna shut it down soon. It's been an hour and a half. Yeah, unless anyone wants to stay. Dwight, you cruising then? I'll stay here till everyone goes or whatever. Thank you very much, Dwight, for hanging out with us, man. I really appreciate it. And I'll be doing another one of these. I might do another one next week, and I might start doing them once a week and see how they turn out. Um, Take care, Dwight. I'll be seeing you soon. Like I say, I'm so busy on Friday nights I can't make the Metalhead Hippie show. Unfortunately, I watch the reruns. Dwight, you're awesome. But yeah, I'll stay on a little bit longer. But as I said, the reason I do it at 12 midnight, because for you guys in the US, it's not too late. The battery dies, Ed. Woo! Yeah, it's like you guys say, you kind of have to build it up. I totally understand it. And like I say, this is just a trial run. I've been trying to just make it work. I got no fireworks. Take care, Dwight. You rock, buddy. Thank you so much, and take care. And I really mean that. Never mind my accent. Yeah, the cactus. He's always got the cactus in his video, right? I mean, he probably lives in the desert or something, right? Like, I know a lot of people in Arizona, actually. Been to Arizona lots of times, chasing lizards. Yeah, chasing lizards, really? Yeah, no, I don't have any fireworks. It's too expensive in here to. What if I go this side? Too expensive in here to light firecrackers like dime. You know what I mean? Surprised my cat hasn't come in yet. I'll have to have a special guest with my cat. I guess Tom. Maybe Tom's not up. Tom, wake up. I don't know. Not a big deal. It's all good. And what was I saying? Yeah, so that Malmsteen thing was just really cool. And yeah, exactly. And fireworks, my hair will catch on fire. Not. Yeah, I know. The light, if I take the shades off but I can't see them because these are like prescription. Yeah, Ed Thomas from Eart. I think he's the owner. Pretty sure he is. And he said he was going to come on here, but yeah, the time difference is difficult. I'm going to email someone else that was someone else on there. Like the problem is the time difference, which is a problem sometimes. And I can't really do it early in the day, then you guys won't watch it, right? You know what I mean? That's why I do it at 12 o'clock. 2 minutes to midnight. You know what I mean? Yeah, but the good thing is, yeah, for sure, Ed. The good thing is, like I say, we're interacting. Is that for me? Are you in Canada? I'm in England. Yeah, I'm in England. England, United Kingdom. Yeah, I'm in England, but my story is I was born in the UK and I grew up in Canada in Vancouver, and I moved here about 15 years ago or so. So yeah, that's I'm just writing to these people telling them live. I've written to them a few times just so it looks good. But yeah, I'm in the UK, and that's why I did midnight, because it's probably afternoon or supper time or something like that. Yeah, I know. I mean, I get a lot of people say, "You from LA, man?" Yeah, I was hanging out with Axel and the boys, or whoever, Slayer. You know, I know. You guys ever watch Trailer Park Boys? I'm friends with those guys. The Canadian, yeah, for sure. But yeah, I grew up in Canada. I had a really good childhood. Now my life story. Oh, there's the hippie man, dude. I'm live in my spaceship. And awesome, dude. Yeah, I jammed on stage with Bubbles in Canada and the UK many times. Wow, Metalhead Hippie, thank you so much for coming out. Man, things just got better. Yeah, we're just I'll just show this to Metalhead Hippie. We're checking out Eart guitars. This is the Explorer. Yeah, I know that, but that's the Dragon Fang headstock. More on that at the 9 o'clock news. Yeah, the Trailer Park Boys. I've actually hung out and partied with them so many times. Oh God! And how do I say it? I'm drug free, but I'm mental. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What happened? They used to have the shred contest. I'm just gonna play, even if it sounds like it's underwater. Okay, I've got to. Yeah, for sure, Metalhead. You rock, bro. Like I said, I don't have my sound set up. They said it sounds like underwater, so I'm gonna do another live stream, probably maybe once a week on a Saturday, because I work Friday nights and I'm so busy. But I'll try. I will sort the sound up. Sound. You know. Oh, I'm gonna drop D. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta say, I gotta work this all out with the sound and the lights and stuff. But the Trailer Park Boys, they used to do this shred contest. I think the first time I seen that, I believe I took my parents, and next thing you know, they're like, "We're having a shred contest. We need." Yeah, Ed, for sure. I know. It's just I didn't really plan this out that well. I was so busy. I've been filming. I film every day. I know people are probably saying, "You say the same thing all the time," but I am filming. I got tons of pedals and guitars to do, so it's all I gotta do, even though I ride my Harley. But yeah, I'll sort it out, the sound. And so the Trailer Park Boys, they say we need, guys with long hair and Metallica t-shirts to come up on stage and do a shred contest. And so when I was in Canada this one time with my parents, I ran up on stage, and next thing you know, I'm shredding on a flying V, and my parents are in the audience. And I'm thinking, oh my God, and next thing you know, I win the contest, so I get to jam with Bubbles. But I've done it like bunch of times in Vancouver and in London. And I've actually hung out with them so many times. And I actually was supposed to do a movie with Lee McGuinness and Bernard Robichaud Cyrus. I can't say what the movie is because it went under, and it went south. But Lee McGuinness came over. He plays Donna, the woman on Trailer Park Boys. I don't know if you've ever seen that. And sometimes he plays himself. But Lee came over and spent a week or two here, and we partied in Bath. We had an apartment, a swanky apartment, and oh my God, like I drink a little bit, and I'm a cork sniffer. I sniff a cork of wine. I'm drunk, but we partied, right? And it's so awesome, metalhead hippies here, and Ed. And who else has we got here? Oh, we got Rick. And so, yeah, Lee came over. Yeah, Donna. Yeah, that's Lee McGuinness. So he was supposed to do the film, and so was Bernard Robichaud, who was Cyrus. And I've actually partied with Bernard. I can't even go into the stories, but he came to Vancouver, Cyrus, and he calls me on my phone. He goes, "Dude, is that you?" I'm like, "Oh my God, this is Cyrus on the phone." But Lee McGuinness came over to Britain, and we were supposed to do this film together, and we had an apartment, and we hung out, and oh man, the stories and the laughter, and the few beers, and like I said, we were in Bath, and unfortunately, the film went south, and we did a music video also, and the producers, they just took everything away. They didn't leave anything available to watch, or they just, you know what I mean? And it's unfortunate, but that's the way life is. Hey, padded pill room. I'm okay, man. I'm sorry if I forget your first name, but it doesn't really matter. There we go. Francis. Awesome. Woo. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Metalhead Hippie, and Francis, and Rick, and Ed, and Sheila, and what? Yeah, yeah. So, like I say, I've partied with Randy in the UK, and sorry, we're talking about Trailer Park Boys, but what the heck? And John Dunsworth, Mr. Leahy. So sad he's gone, but he was the nicest people. I like I say, I should do a show just about the Trailer Park Boys, but yeah, it's great. Nice to see you guys here. I apologize for any of the lighting and sound, and I didn't really set it up properly. I mean, I got a mic set up, but I didn't plug my awesome Francis. Yeah, I met John a couple times, and when I first met him in London, he knew all about me because I partied and hung out with the Trailer Park Boys many times. And how can you not remember this? And you don't have to do what the Trailer Park Boys to laugh at it. It's just so funny. I mean, I just love Rob Wells, Ricky. He's just so funny. No worries, Smellhead Hippie. Thanks, man. Like I say, this was just a test. I was hoping some people from Eart Guitars would be here, but they're in China, so they may not be up yet. And I keep sending them the alarm bell, and they won't wake up. I'm just kidding, Tom. But yeah, no worries. It's all good. It's my clock says 8 o'clock. Because I don't even know. I don't even want to know what time it is. But like I said, when I do this next time, I'll have it rigged up better. Like I say, this is in the smaller part of my studio. I've got a big studio and then a small one next to it. So I'll rig up the sound so I can play some shred-tastic stuff on my Eart guitars. Yeah, like I say, I didn't figure it out. But yeah, the Trailer Park Boys, man, just In life you need to laugh, and I'll fix the lighting. It's a bit frazzled. Yeah, sorry I've been missing your show, Mailhead Hippie, but like I say, I've been really busy and working, and I have to watch the reruns, and it's just I know you're busy too, and it's just like I say, life gets in the way, but man, I can't say how cool it is that you actually dropped in. Yeah, so for sure, guys. Sorry, I gotta squint to read the chat. Uh, cool. Yeah, oh, I know. It's just like I say, I have so many videos. I'm filming, but I did get out on my Harley today, and then it rained, and luckily I got back before it stopped. But I have to ride my Harley. It's just I've got a breakout Harley Davidson breakout, big, huge, badass bike, and I just love it. I've been riding bikes since I was a kid, and I have to ride. And the UK weather is always crap. Oh, Francis is sorry. Let me grab that. This one here. This is the Eart 335. It's well, they say it's I don't know what it says on the headstock. Eart, blah blah blah. It's semi-hollow. It's got a block in the middle. They say it's mahogany. It doesn't matter. I just go by what I'm told. Yeah, it's a 335. I did a video, the sunset summer or summer sunset. Yeah, and that video, I really like the sound that I got with this. And some I do spend a lot of time on my videos editing, and trying to get the best sound I can and best playing. Sometimes videos don't turn out, and you're like, I can't put that out. But yeah, this one is about, where I go? I think it's about $300 or 330 bucks. And I always say it doesn't matter what guitar you play. Like, who's got $3,000 or $2,000 to whatchamacallit, to play, or to pay for a Gibson or whatever. No. That's why I love Eart guitars, because they're so reasonably priced, and they're fantastic. You can always change pickups in a guitar. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's a nice guitar. Put it down before it blows up. I didn't really think about doing the sound. What am I like? Where's Tom? Yeah, guess their alarm hasn't worked. But there's a few other people that didn't show up, but I'm glad you guys did, and I really appreciate it. But yeah, yeah, Francis, it's a really nice color, and the video I did turned out fantastic. And obviously for me, when I do videos, I want them to turn out the best they can. And I don't know if it's showing the guitar backwards. And like I say, this is my first live stream, ladies and gentlemen. And well, I'm not sure. So I apologize for if it's not very good, but I will make the effort to make it a better next time. Yeah, it turned out good, that video, and I'd like to do more. Oh, nice, a telly for sure, dude. I've got a few tellies. I just got you might have seen that video of that Zooey telly. That's pretty nice. It was very, very reasonable guitar. It's great. I don't know. No, I don't got any tellies in this room. Tellies. I got influenced with music and guitars at a young age. I started playing at age 10, and when I was 12, I went to like a fun fair, like an outdoor fun fair with roller coasters and all those type of rides. in Vancouver because I grew up there. And there was a band playing outside at a whatever you want to call it, set up stage thing. And they're about 16 years old, maybe, something like that. And one of the guys had a Telecaster, and he was playing. They were playing Elton John's "Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting," and that really influenced me. I always loved Telecasters, and I have a few. I don't have a lot. I think I got a Fender Relic and a few others. Sometimes I have to get the curator to see what I have. And ever since that day, I was 12 years old. I remember it. That song, and they also played "I'm an American Band" by Grand Funk Railroad, and I love that song. I love a lot of old classic rock. Yeah, you need a telly, dude. All right, Hurricane Moon. Now all someone's got to do is type his name so I know who he is. I apologize, guys. I'm terrible with names. Thanks for coming out. Really appreciate it. I'd like to say I'm terrible with names. It's like I meet like a lady and it's like, okay, it's Wes. Thank you, metalhead hippie. I'm terrible. It's like I meet a lady. It's like, what was your name again? Esmeralda. I don't know. Daughter of Darkness. Yeah, humbuckers would be good. Definitely. And like I say, that watching that band just influenced me. Awesome. We got like a couple people in here. Yeah, I think I don't know if I got any tellies with humbuckers. I might have one, but tellies they're like the beginning of time guitars. Like I know the 52 Les Paul and right on, Wes. Thanks for coming out. I remember we used to say that when we were trying band members. It's like, hey man, thanks for coming out to try out for a band. We're like, yeah, thanks for coming out. Like the guy is useless. Yeah, tellies are cool. They're traditional. Yeah, they're old. Yeah, the bodies are weird on them. Like after playing a Les Paul or a Strat or something or an Explorer, and then you put a telly on, you're like, this is weird, but I love them. Like I say, I did a video not too long ago of that Zui whatever Telecaster, and that was cool. And it was a fun guitar to play. They're just because they're old, right? You go, oh, I'm playing a telly. It's like really old, and I think that's really cool. And like I say, for me, it's guitars and Harleys. There's other things, but I don't really talk about it because I kind of like my personal life to be private. You know what I'm saying? Rick definitely don't want to tell you. Okay, I was going to give you one, man, but no. Yeah, I have a Squire Classic Vibe Strat, and that's a pretty nice guitar. I would recommend those. I have one of those Classic Vibe the Strats, but I've got Nth Whistle and lace sensor pickups in it. It's fantastic. I don't know if I've done a video, but definitely into tellies. I wonder if I might have tellies on the wall, but I'm not going to pull them down. Yeah, I got 2 tellies on the wall there. They're great guitars. Can you imagine having an original Blackguard telly? How much are they? Like 50 or 100 grand? I don't know. Like I watch YouTube and sometimes and research, and when you see these guys, they pull a 52 Telecaster out. Well, this is a Blackguard 52 or 53 no caster or broadcaster. You're like, really? But what's his name? John 5. I don't know if you guys are fans of John 5. He's got every Telecaster you can imagine. Yeah. Yeah, John 5. I'm a huge fan. I actually have, like I say, I've got a bad memory, guys. I apologize. But anyways, I've got the John 5 Squire Telecaster. that is a fantastic. I used to have two of them, the gold one, and that's got two humbuckers. And the finish on that guitar, like I said, that's the Squire one, and that is a fantastic guitar. Like I say, John Five he's a monster player. Have you? I don't know if you guys seen that that video. I can't remember what it is, but they're dressed up as Planet of the Apes costume. I'll have to look it up one time, but you guys should check that out. They do this video and they're in the Planet of the Apes costume. Oh yeah, the Nikki Sixx, yeah. Yeah, John Five is phenomenal, mind-blowing guitar player. Yeah, I mean, I don't have. I used to have an old Gretsch acoustic, Rick, but I do like the White Penguins, and I can't remember what the other ones are. The Chet Atkins ones. I don't know a lot about Gretsch, but I played a few of them. I like them definitely, but I do like vintage guitars. I'll say that right now. I mean, I've got a few of them. I've got a '61 Fender Strat, but the way I got a lot of my collection was trading and upgrading over the years, like flipping guitars, and that was part of my business, but it's just gone to crap. But I mean, I definitely like old guitars, but there's a lot of great guitars, and it doesn't matter what you play. You know what I'm saying? You know, where is it? Oh, let me just show you guys something quickly if I can. Oh, yeah. Come to Papa. What do you guys think of that? It's a guitar. Color is nice. I don't know what it looks like, but yeah, vintage, baby. Yeah, 59 and 60. I think it's 59 body and 60 neck. Sometimes they do that. I think I've done a video of this one, but it's all original except the headstock was repainted. It's even got some flame on the neck. I don't know if you can see that. There's like some action going on the neck there. Yeah, this is one of the holy grails, and you know, obviously I had to get rid of something very expensive to get that. But yeah, definitely a holy grail. Only five. I'll put that one back in there. Doesn't matter how many guitars you have as long as you rock. The reason why I have a few guitars is when I was in a Rush tribute many years ago. I don't know if I told this story. Just reading Rick's post, all of them. Yeah, I know what you mean, Rick, with guitars. Like, I have quite a few that I won't get rid of, but I've owned a lot of guitars in my life. I mean, when I was young, like I started when I was 10, and by the time I was 12, I was flipping guitars back then. I had a lot of Les Paul copies like Ibanez and Man and Raven. That's what they were called in Canada. Even though they were made by the Natsumuko factory in Japan, they put a different name on it for the different countries. In the US, it might be called Barlow or whatever it is. But in Canada, they call the Ibanez Man guitars MANN. And there was a lot of different Yeah, no, I'm actually Francis. I'm actually British. I'm from Liverpool originally. I was born in the UK and raised in Vancouver, Canada, and then kidnapped by the aliens. So I don't know what I am really. I'm just a guy who loves guitars and Harleys. It's the truth, but I don't know. I try and think of myself British. Ah, yeah. Well, like I say, my father. Oh dear, let's not talk. He's from Liverpool. I'm from Liverpool, and my mom is from Dublin, Ireland. But like I say, we lived in Canada, but I moved here by accident a long time ago. Let me catch up on the chat. Hey, Gary's here. Hello, mate. All right. Sorry, I'm like, hey, Dick Van Dyke's here. Listen, all right, mate. Thanks for dropping in. Uh, yeah, I used to live in Vancouver. Oh, Francis, awesome. You from Montreal. How do I say this with respect? There's a lot of nice people from Montreal, especially the women. uh, uh, sorry if I miss any of the chat stuff here, guys. I'm trying to. You all rock. I really appreciate you guys coming out. Like I wasn't sure, and there obviously some of my friends haven't showed up, and they do be working. And yeah, my story is a long, messed up one. I, to be honest, like I say, there's things I don't talk about, and like Metalhead Hippie says on his show, I don't do politics. I only talk about good things and positive. I'm sure we've all been through a lot, but we're all here for the same reason, to rock. But yeah, it's just, I'm very thankful to be here. Like I say, I've been through a lot in my life, ups and downs and blah, blah, blah. But, I'm having fun. Sorry if I get the names mixed up, but if Hurricane Moon, I can't talk about the drugs and the rock. I've partied with Motley Crue, and the list goes on and on. Believe me, a couple times actually. I have the backstage thing on my wall right there. I can't pull it off the wall, but uh, awesome. Yeah, like I say, I've partied with everybody. Couple times the Motley Crue, Scorpions, and all the stories. Believe me, I had to be careful with some of my stories. I mean, none of them are illegal, but it's sort of like saying my story is just a crazy one, and I like to keep people guessing sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the Motley Crue thing coming back, like Vince Neil, like no offense, I love Motley Crue, and I seen Motley Crue with Ozzy a long time ago. That was pretty cool. Yeah, exactly, metalhead hippie. Exactly. Gotta leave people hanging, man. Yeah. I don't know if you guys know, I was in a Rush tribute when I was 16 years old, when I was in Canada, and it was like I was a rock star. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, and it was crazy. It's like, and it's just unbelievable. Back then, the band was called Justin Eyeball, and I was poor. I grew up poor, and I still am. And it's like I had a Marshall stack, a full Marshall stack. I had a Marshall when I was 16 and a Gibson. I still have the Gibson in the other room, but I only had one or two pedals, and I couldn't even afford strings. I didn't really have a job, and You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Hurricane Moon. Yeah, it's just, well, thank God I'm still here. And excuse me, and you're still here. But yeah, like when I was in a Rush tribute, it was just like we used to do parties in schools, and we'd make money from the schools or the gigs, and we'd rent a PA system, and that's how we'd make our money. But I never had much money. All that, so yeah, this brings us back to that story about why I'm into guitars or have a lot or whatever it is when I was playing a high school, we had this kind of big name bass player that was in another band I worshiped called Tom Frury. So he was playing bass for us, but he was a guitarist, and he used to lend me or have a backup guitar. It was a Gibson Les Paul Deluxe, and I fell in love with this guitar. So he brought it to a couple shows, and we did the guitar change like professional band. We're 16 years old. We had our own light crew and roadies and van and everything. Yeah, we had no money, but we had all our friends helping, and it was so cool. And so this bass player brought this guitar, and I know I say it all the time. There was this one time we did this guitar change on 2112, and right after no, hang on, sorry, I'm getting lost. So we did a guitar change on 2112 one time. The guy hands me the guitar. Yeah, try this, and yeah, we're professional. We're 16 years old. Doing a guitar change. It was wild. So the next week when we played another school, the guy doesn't bring the guitar, like the spare guitar, because I didn't have an extra guitar. I only had one guitar. And so we're playing 2112. Honestly, yeah, exactly. Rick. And so after the solo, I think the note is F. I actually know the note. I broke a string on the same song we did the guitar change for the week before. And the guy didn't bring the guitar. And it actually cut my hand and it's bleeding. And I didn't have another guitar, and I didn't have a proper string. I had to put a B string on the E. This is true story. And I was really kind of upset at the guy for not bringing that Les Paul, because I broke a string, and I had to put a B string on the E, the high E. And ever since then, I always wanted more guitars, and that's kind of the guitar safari. That's my story. Yeah, like I say, I can't comment too much on the rock and roll, but yeah, that's the story of why I really got into collecting guitars and stuff. And sorry guys, I just like to read the chat just in case it's something interesting. Of course it is. And yeah, it's just that's what happened, and I got treated so well by fans and friends. And basically what happened, the drummer, I never got along with the drummer. He was a good drummer, but he's an idiot. Although I don't care, because I don't speak to the guy and haven't spoken to him in a long time. Thanks, Ed. And it's like I wanted to do more rock and kind of metal, because that's where my roots went. And what happened, I was 16 at the time, and a friend of mine had just come back from England. A couple people. I think I played in a band recently with a bass player that was English and came over. So all this Aussie and Iron Maiden stuff, boom, it hit me. He introduced me to all this stuff, because in Vancouver, I was cut off from the rest of the world. Yeah, I got into Accept, luckily. Accept was one of my favorite bands. There's loads of other bands too, Kiss and Judas Priest, and goes on and on. But so I got introduced to that. So triangle players, as long as they're female, dude. I don't know, is that a real question? Or am I like, yeah, I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I don't know. I think it's a bit overkill. Yeah. I think that was a trick question, wasn't it? But yeah, Accept is awesome. And so what happened with the Rush band, it just fell apart, the Rush tribute, Justin Eyeball. And I moved to England. And when I moved to England, I think I was 19 at the time. So it was about 3 years after the Rush tribute. I moved to England and I I went over with two guitars. I took a double neck and another guitar, and I took two keyboards. Yeah, I don't know. I think my hair would get in the way of a triangle. I remember because when I played with the Who, I used to play triangle, and they said you got to tie your hair back, and I'm like, but yeah, I moved to England and I took two guitars and two keyboards with me. And one of the keyboards was a Chord Poly 61, a big, huge thing, and the other one was a mini one. And that really, really changed my life forever. Yeah, sorry if Hurricane Moon, if I get your name wrong. I'm bad at names, but yeah, like I say, I have a lot of stories, and I think they're kind of interesting. And I only talk about the good ones. We in the Rush tribute, there was a lot of chicks and a lot of booze, and it was fun. I'm still friends with some of the fans from that era, like from Vancouver. I haven't been to Vancouver in about 6 years, and I was with a lady at the time, and it wasn't good. Boo! Oh, no, not met Led Zeppelin. I've been mistaken for everybody you could think of. People, I was in Mexico and somebody thought I was in like the Scorpions or Accept or something. The amount of times, and like I say, I was saying talking about it earlier. I've worked in the UK in music shops. I've managed bands. I've worked festivals. I've been guitar techs for bands. I've toured. Um, and like I say, I went to university for sound engineering and music production and video production, and yeah, it's funny because a lot of times, they see the hair and they think, yeah, that's Robert Plant. I'm thinking, what? I'm not 87 years old, and I can't sing that well. I've got a new song coming out. It's a blues rock song, but I wanted to do it, but the pandemic happened, so I hate saying that word. Sorry, and I couldn't do the video for it because the video company wasn't working and stopped working. So I'm gonna hopefully do that in the next while. Like I said, I got so much going on, but it's like a blues rock song, and I do every instrument and I sing on it, and it's gonna be cool. I'm excited about that. But it's like anything, I want to do a professional video for it if I can, and I'm hoping I can do it now, but oh, things in the UK, it's like, it's not good. But then if I do a video, I'll be like, is that a triangle? What's that? Anyone know what that is? It's not a triangle. Ding ding. Now you guys got me frazzled. Where's Tom and his entourage? I guess they're not coming. Oh well. Yeah, exactly. An Allen key. I want to do more stuff with the Floyd Rose. Um, I haven't done enough of that, but it's like I say, under contract to do things for companies, so that's why I do a lot of sponsored videos. And as I said, I have about 60 videos that I haven't even put like released yet that I've filmed and edited, and it's just I don't want to put too many up at once and then no one will watch them. Yeah, a triangle. Actually, what does Rush on that song YYZ or YYZ. Is that a triangle or a symbol when it goes ding 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 bada bing da bop bop beep ba da bop bada da bing? Is that a triangle? Because that's pretty cool. Yeah. Um, I'm trying to think what a good instrument would be besides guitar. Nothing. Yeah, like I wish I could play more guitar, but it doesn't work, does it? Yeah, I've just got my microphone set up, so I've got to rig up my mixer. Or I should have ran it through my DAW or whatever it is. So I apologize for that. So I guess most of you guys are in the US of A. Oh no, somebody's in Montreal, right? Is that Hurricane Moon? I think. Yeah. Montreal's a cool place. I think I've been there once. It's a very cool place. What was I going to say? Yeah, I can't believe that it's okay. I apologize, Hurricane Moon. I'm very sorry. I'm so bad with things. I'm not wasted. I'm drinking water on a Saturday night. I, it's pretty much all I drink. I drink a little bit now and then, but that's it. I don't drink energy drinks or anything else. Padded Pedal Room, Francis DiMarzio, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, I just think of DiMarzio. Like I say, I've had a few car accidents in Canada, so that's why I have a brain injury right here. Yeah. No, the situation with Snake Eyes, someone asked me that the other day, is I'm still trying to finish off some songs and just the way that yeah, I need some pickups for my double neck. I want to put DiMarzio's in. And Vinny, are you serious? Now you got me believing my cousin Vinny works in the DiMarzio factory. Is Snake Eyes. I have some songs that I'm almost finished, but just the current state of the music scene in the UK and the world, it's like I don't know, if we're gonna tour again or we're gonna play live. It's just, good luck trying to get a gig. So, unfortunately, it's not really a priority at the moment, which is kind of a drag. But it's like if I release it, then digital download and well, you know, um, I think I played an eight string and an 11 and a half string, but that was a bit yeah, the eight string was a bit weird. It's just like I don't know. I think it's cool. Some of those fan fret guitars and the eight strings and nine strings, but I think it depends on what style of music you do, and I always try and play my own style. But yeah, yeah, I'll buy Francis DiMarzio pickups. Excuse me. Yeah, seven strings is I've got a seven string, and I think yeah, that's kind of all I really want to get up to. Anything more is just a bit much. That's what she said. I'll buy that for $1, and I'm like, that'll cost you $2, baby. I don't know. Like eight string was a bit weird. I mean, seven string is kind of like the limit for me. So it's kind of back to that whole drop tuning or different tuning things, and like if you want to play different tunings or a 7 or 8 string, why not just tune down or use a drop pedal? Like I say, I have the Digitech drop pedal, and that works pretty good. But some people don't really like it, and I mean, I have a few different guitars. I think I have a Schecter that I use for drop C, and I've got the baritone George Lynch, which is fantastic, and it's a longer scale. I think it's a 27-inch scale, which is kind of wild. So, yeah, I don't know. I know lots of bands down tune and use 7 strings, but I don't know. I'd like to do. I've done a few videos down tuned, but and songs, but it's just I'm not sure if it's that. I don't know what the word is. If it's important or relevant or, like I say, each to their own. I think it's a great idea having more strings on a guitar. I had an old Gibson double neck from '74. Really? Metalhead Hippie, you got a baritone? Wow, that's cool. Yeah, that sounds nice. I don't know if I know that model. I have the only PRS I have now is the Alex Lifeson acoustic. I used to have a few PRSs and I got rid of them, sadly. But that sounds really cool, man. I love my George Lynch baritone. I've used it live, and it's just a fantastic guitar. It's the one with all the flames on it. It's fantastic. I'm just campground dinner. Okay, Gary. Sounds good. Thanks for coming out, Gary. We should really appreciate you coming out and hanging out in my frazzled world of guitar safari. um, Take care, buddy. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Like Ed, I've got really small hands, and I don't know. I just play anything. I don't think I don't know. I don't do. Take care, Gary. Cheers, fella. I just play anything. I'm self-taught, even though I do read a bit of music and I teach. Used to teach a lot, and I learned from books and stuff, and just kind of taught myself how to read a bit and teach, and did a lot and do a lot of tabs and stuff. I learned a lot that way, just doing it that way, and so playing different string guitars and baritones can be a bit weird, but um, yeah, like I say, I like 12 strings for some reason. I still have a couple double necks, but I recently got rid of I had a 74, what is it, EDS 1275 Gibson. It was like brown or walnut, beautiful guitar, but I got that 61 Strat because of that guitar. So I'm always like, do you want this or do you want this? Apple, orange, pear, grape. Yeah, the baritones definitely on the George Lynch is the same. Like I was using it for drop C or C tuning. And yeah, because it's a longer scale length, you're like stretching out, which is kind of cool. You know? Yeah. Yeah, baritones are cool for sure. 7 and 8 strings, I don't know. I like the 7 string. I've got an Ibanez. I've got a banjo. It's funny. I bought a banjo when I was in Canada, and that's a true story. And right after I got it, I was on a trip going down to Nashville. One of my best trips ever. I love Nashville, and I went down into this music store in on the border. Not in actually Nashville. I did go to the Nashville Guitar Show, but I was on the border of Virginia and Tennessee. I can't remember the name of the place. I'm sorry. It's so many things. And basically, I went in this music store. They wouldn't let me leave. And I met this old hillbilly banjo Scruggs player right, yeah, and that worked there. And he started teaching me how to play banjo. It was the most coolest thing. And I met this other guy there. This is a true story. And I started playing through some stuff. After playing the banjo, I started playing some guitars and amps, and I was in there forever, drinking coffee and having a few snacks or whatever. And it was wild. I met this guy, and he goes, "Do you mind if I watch you play?" I'm like, "Yeah, no worries. We'll hang out." And this is just a customer, and he goes, "My name's Harley." I'm like, "Okay, I'm Oz." He goes, "Yeah, I'm Harley Davidson." I'm like, "Get out of here." He shows me his driver's license, and his name was Harley Davidson. It was the coolest thing ever. And every time I play a riff, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, the rock." And I really thought it was cool. It was just really funny. Yeah, banjos are cool. Oh, Robert Fripp, yeah. Have you guys ever seen Toya and Robert Fripp's videos? They're pretty cool. And Sydney Jake, that's some pretty wild stuff, man. Like just the way things are, watching stuff like that is a breath of fresh air, you know? It's just amazing. Um, yeah, so when I was in Nashville, I had the best time ever. And I went in another music store, and there was nobody in the shop. I'm looking around, there's nobody in there. And I'm like yelling, "Hey, is anyone home?" And there's nobody in the music shop. And the door is like wide open. That's what it's like down there in Tennessee and all those places, Virginia. It was just wild. Yeah. I know. Toya and Frit, man. I mean, for a giggle, we need that sort of thing these days. Oh, really? Not far from. Wow. That's awesome. Yeah, Sydney Jake is awesome, man. That guy. I just love what they do. It's just cool. I just dig it. Yeah, easy. I know. I it, you know what I'm saying? You got to just take it with a pinch of salt. And oh, don't say Benny Hill. I grew up on Benny Hill. Seriously, like my family came from England, obviously from Liverpool, and I was very young when we moved to Canada. And this is the way my childhood was. I had a great childhood, and whatever, and it was good. And everything was like Benny Hill, Monty Python, all that. Benny Hill, oh, just made me laugh. And God rest him, he's just such a funny man. How could anyone, like, I don't even know what the word, but it was all just good old fashioned humor. I used to love when he'd sing those songs or whatever. When he'd sing those songs, those silly songs. Oh man. Only Fools and Horses, yeah. Minder. What was the guy in Minder? Because when we were growing up in Canada, we watched all English TV shows. Because the way it was for me, I'm giving my life story away, is I always wanted to live in England. Because even though I had a great childhood, we grew up poor. Everything was secondhand bicycles, and the neighbors. We had really rich neighbors. But they were the nicest people ever. Always invite us over for Christmas. They had loads of cash. Didn't matter, and they'd always have brand new bicycles. I'd get a, crappy whatever because we couldn't afford it. But oh yeah, the milkman. I knew there was something I wanted to be when I grew up, or not grew up, was a milkman. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. So, like I was saying, when I grew up, I always wanted to move to England. And I would always, or we would always go on vacation to England, London, and Ireland, and Dublin, and that. And I always, whatchamacallit, would think of England. Oh, I'd love to go over there. And like I say, even when I wouldn't go with my family on vacation to England, we'd go for a couple weeks or 3 weeks to Ireland or Dublin and go all over Ireland. Then we come to England, go to London and here, there, and everywhere. And when I'd go on my own, I'd save up my money, come over to England, go to the clubs and just get into metal and the women and all that stuff. It honestly, the days of old in England, it were just crazy. Some of the clubs, you'd have hundreds of metalheads or however many there were, just headbanging to Iron Maiden and Motorhead. And when I was in Canada, it's like don't get me wrong, guys, I'm not saying anything bad. It was just the difference. People in Canada would be standing there at the nightclubs going, oh yeah, it's pretty heavy. It's like, and then you go to Britain, and I was actually watching that that was the sound house, so that I can't remember that place where Iron Maiden, they used to play the music. I was watching that video earlier that came up on my YouTube, and and that's what it was like back then with all the headbangers. Tommy Cooper, yeah. My dad liked Tommy Cooper. Every time I think of Cooper, I think of Mini Cooper, but it's unfortunate the way the music scene has gone in the UK. When I moved over, it was really good. We toured everywhere. Things happened so quick for me. And I started to play with members of Alice Cooper, Les Binks from Judas Priest, Richie Faulkner. I've known Richie Faulkner for 15 years or more. Same with Les Binks. I played with Richie a million times in London. And well, he's in Judas Priest. And here I am. Oh, well, I'm really proud and happy for the guy. It's funny. Okay, that line 6 head. How do I say this in a good way? Gotta adjust my hair. It's hot in here. My dad bought me that. And it was actually an amp, and I got that from Canada when I was in Vancouver. And there's no hate in my world on YouTube. I'll say it again, and I'll say it a million more times. There's no room for hate, only love. Yeah. My dad bought me that for $20. $20. No joke. And I'll be honest. Okay, it's a line 6. I don't know if I own any other line 6. It sounds pretty good. It's got that fizz sound. I don't even know what it is, but Spider 3 or 2. But it was actually an amp, like a combo. And the guy who I got it off, don't point to anything in my studio. There's always a stupid story. The guy I got it off, it was like a little combo, built it into a head. And yeah, definitely, Ed, it was a good deal. And, my father bought it. Really, that was pretty rare. He won't watch this. He's too busy watching Coronation Street. Oh, God. Sorry I said that. Padded Pale Room, thank you very much for coming out. I really appreciate it. Peace, brother. So yeah, he bought me that. And I used it through a 4x12, not at gigs, but just for messing around, and it sounds cool. I had yeah. Take care, Francis. See, I'm learning names. I got the names. Take care, buddy. Thanks for coming out. I really appreciate it. And nice to see you on the worldly pipe of guitar safari. But yeah, I mean, you see that thing sitting on top of it? That's an amplifier. It's an old 50s radio that was made into an amplifier after a Fender Princeton. Princeton. I can't even say it. Does anyone want to buy it? It's for sale. DM me. I'll give you a deal. Yeah, but yeah, that's the story of the Line 6. I probably won't get rid of it. I don't know. They are what they are. You know what I mean? Like I, this isn't towards anyone in the room here tonight. I hope someone brought my cat in. I've got no one out there, but she'll be fine. Um, is I don't care what anyone thinks. I just do what I do. Like you guys, I just do the best I can do, and you know, hope for the best. And like I say, I'm very happy you guys showed up, and all the guys that have been here. And like I said, I'm very lucky to be around. Like I'm not going to go into it, but I'm just happy. I've worked on my YouTube channel for a good 2 years, maybe 2.5 years, and I had when I started to got my new studio built, I had 154 subscribers, and I think I have 10,200 now. And so I'm very pleased and happy about that. Nice. I mean, like you got to start somewhere. I mean, like I say, I don't really make a lot off flipping guitars or amps, and sometimes they do it to get another guitar, and that's the truth. You know, like I say, I'm not rolling in it. If anything, I'm rolling in the grass. But I just love gear, and I just sold an Explorer, and I'll getting another guitar because of that, or traded it, and that's the way I go. But Hurricane Moon 2:30, is that, let me see, is that UK? I'm gonna stay on here a little bit longer just because I want. Thanks so much, buddy. Like I say, I apologize if I forget your guys' name. Really appreciate you hanging out here, Hurricane Moon. Peace, brother. You're obviously in the UK if it's 2:30, and I'll see you again. Thanks, man. It's just I can't say how much I love you guys and appreciate you coming out. I'm still here. I'll be here for a little bit longer, obviously. And take care, buddy. And yeah, I say, I always forget names. Wes, thanks, Ed, for pointing that out. So you guys are reading my mind. Take care, Wes. But yeah, back to Metalhead Hippie. That's great. Like we all have to take care, Wes. Thank you for coming out. Thanks for coming out. I mean that. We all have to start somewhere. Like I say, I still have my original first guitar amp. It's solid state, and my first guitar was an acoustic, and I had a pickup that I put in the acoustic. And both of those belonged to my brother and my father. And that was obviously 30, 35 years ago or whatever it was. And I still have them, and the amp still works. I used to use it in my first band, and I just learned how to make something from this to this to this to this. And it could be magical, or intuition, or whatever you want to call it. But I think the point is if you want something, you can have it. But I don't know how I say it. It's not about what you have. Myself, I love motorcycles, Harley Davidsons. I've been riding Harleys for maybe 12 years now. I rode sport bikes before, which I'm glad I got out of that. I almost was going to give up bikes, but I have to ride my motorcycle every day if I can, as long as it's not raining. I don't really ride in the rain, but I have to play guitar as much as I can. And those are my two things that I balance. There's other things I do, but I don't talk to, I go to the gym, and, I ain't perfect, but I try. And so, like I say, I started off with nothing. But by the time I was 15 or 16, I learned how to turn a cheap guitar or amp, sell it, make a bit of money. I'm not ripping people off. I'm just making a bit of money, and then I turn it into something else. So when I was 16, I had a Marshall 1974 Super Lead and a 4x12 cabinet and a Gibson RD Standard. I still have that Gibson RD. And unfortunately, that Marshall got stolen and I cried. That's a long story, but luckily I had insurance and I got a full Marshall stack. And that's right around the time I joined the Rush Tribute. But it got stolen out of someone's garage where the band we were playing with. And, so I was very lucky, but I learned to, turn things into better things. And the same thing today. But, it doesn't matter what you play. And like I say, it's just like these Eart guitars, I'm endorsing and promoting. They've been very good to me. And a lot of companies that, are just, they're not good. And there's a lot of people out there that are really good, especially in the Far East, that are making great equipment. But as I say, you know, I was involved in a guitar company recently, but it went south, and y- you if you're gonna do guitar company, you're better off to try and get it made in the East, like solar guitars. Like Ola, he's very clever. And they might have a few issues here and there for quality control, and that's what the problem is now about someone starting a guitar company. Like I was involved in that for a while, but it went south because of the pandemic. We couldn't get over to Korea and those type of places for the quality control, and that's very important. And like making stuff in the USA, I don't know what you guys are fans of, Japanese, Korean, Chinese guitars. It's all the same, but the American made stuff is hit and miss. And I find a lot of stuff from the Far East, Japan and China and Korea and all this, but they're making fantastic stuff for reasonable price. And that's why I'm playing them and using them. I don't know if I said that already, but I just kind of really believe that. Yeah, exactly. Ola is, I watch Ola all the time. I mean, well, not all the time, but a lot of times when I wake up, I'll put on videos while I'm having my breakfast. It's the truth. On my phone or tablet while I'm eating because I'm so busy. But Ola is fantastic. He's very clever. I mean, he's got his wife and I think his brother working for him. And but I watched some of the videos of him going over to Jakarta, I think it is in Indonesia. Indonesia makes great guitars. I'd love to try a solar, but you know, I just haven't got there yet. And I know they're great guitars. I've heard a lot of great things, and you know, and yeah, he's a great musician. He's funny, but he's like the full meal deal. He's like what I don't know if I want to be him, but I respect and love watching his stuff because it's it's really well done. But it I think it reaches a big audience like us, metal players. Gary's back in the room. I'm back in the room. Um, so yeah, definitely a big fan of Ola and some of his music and some of the videos I see of him going to Jakarta. Oh my God, so much work involved. I mean, I'd love to have my own guitar company. So if anyone want to get into making guitars with me, let's do this. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's just I think for me, I like promoting stuff I use, and I've been very fortunate for what I've been given, but I'm kind of what's the word trying to sell myself. I've worked very hard in 2.5 years, and I don't want to say what happened, but I'm very lucky, to be able to be doing this. And, I could only tell my story in person. Schecter, I like Schecters. Yeah, definitely. I've got a couple Schecters. The Banshees are nice. I love the Sustainiac pickup. That is sick. Yeah, Ibanez, definitely. I mean, I love Ibanez gems. I used to own about 15 of them. I don't know how many I got now, maybe 4 or 5. I don't know. I got one of the Pia guitars, but what happened was I started getting into vintage guitars, I don't know, 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago. And yeah, the Sun Valleys are nice. Sustainiacs are awesome. I've got the FRS C14181216110, the blue one, and that is fantastic. The quality is awesome. Um, but yeah, I started getting into vintage guitars a long time ago, and I had so many gems that I thought, well, do I want a 1963 Gibson SG or an Ibanez gem? And I chose the SG. Thank you very much, Metalhead Hippie. And, like I say, I've had Randall endorsements years ago. They were really good to me. I had ESP. They were pretty good, but they didn't do that much for me. But as I say, mate, I've worked very hard. And, sometimes that's why I'm not live in the chat rooms, because I'm either working my other job or making videos. And I love your show, Metalhead Hippie, and you just bring so many people together. Honestly, I mean, I really do. And you know what it's like to do this and make videos. It takes a lot of time, and I think that's why a couple people said to me, you should do a live feed, and I'm over the moon at just this many people to start with. I didn't think anyone would show up. And it's like, my best friends from your show have shown up. And Ed, yeah, the Sustainiac is cool. Read that. Yeah, I've got a blue one. Gary, naughty boy. No. But yeah, like I say, I've worked so hard, and you know, it's funny, like I never judge people, and I don't care what people think of me. I really don't. But there, there's a lot of people on YouTube, and none of our community, but I'm not going to name them. And you think to yourself, yeah, they're good, but you would like to be as popular or maybe getting the support that they're getting. And myself, I'm me. I do it my own way. I don't care. I don't care about rules. I don't have a manager. Well, I got a cat. And you know what I'm saying? It's like I do things my own way, and I don't care. I fly it off the cuff. I don't have a script, and that's the way I have had a lot of people say they like that. It's like you're in my world, you're in my room. I'm not judging you. You're like, we're sitting around having beers, and I'm playing guitar with you or testing something or demoing. That's the way I want it to be. I don't, even though I might be trying to sell the product, you know, that's the way I am. And like, I'm not really teaching that much now. I used to teach a lot of guitar, and I'd have people paying me, and they just show up, or I teach it with a case of beer. They just want to hang out. And no, they weren't gay or anything. I'm not gay or anything, but it's like, dudes, yeah, I got a case of beer, let's hang out, and they pay me, and we just mess around on guitar. For sure, bro. Life is too short. Like we all I've had things happen that we don't want to talk about or unfortunate. But the point is we're here now and we're rocking, and like I say, I'm no better than anyone else. I'm like I say, I came out of a Marshall cabinet. That's how I was born. I actually live about 20-25 minutes from the Marshall factory, right? That's the truth. And I'm up there, you know, shipping guitars, not from the factory, but from the shipping place right near the factory. I've been to the factory quite a few times and had some custom stuff made a long time ago. But Marshall Amplifiers will not sponsor me and won't answer my emails. I mean, what you guys think about that? I don't really care, but I've asked them for some help, just to like when I ask for products, I don't ask to keep them. Some people do, some don't. And it's not about getting free stuff, it's about promoting the product and letting people know about it and trying it. So sometimes I have to send stuff back, but I just think it's funny. Maybe not funny, but kind of, I don't even know what the word is, kind of harsh that they don't even bother with me. Oz Marshall, 50 Marshalls. And, and then they got tiny tiddlywinks, walking through the rose field playing, someone playing jazz, promoting Marshall, really? But whatever, that's my rant. Oh, for a while there, like I still have a Marshall fetish, but I've run out of room. Like I'm constantly trying to arrange my room, my other part of my studio, to arrange my Marshalls and for videos or whatever. And it's a lot of work moving them around to what way I want it or plugging something in or, and yeah, I'd like to promote, be endorsed by Marshall or support. I always say support because that's really what I would like. But, no problem there. It's still 8 o'clock, so I'm good. Yeah. Yeah, like I say, it's I'm really kind of excited about, my channel and the future for what I'm doing. Because, obviously there'll be a lot more different videos and songs, and, there'll be more stuff. Obviously, once I catch up with my sponsored videos, there'll be more stuff where it's just me doing what I want to do. And, like I say, this is one of my jobs, and, like it's, I don't know how to say it. It's not like I'm making a lot off it, but it's something that I have to try and do to keep me afloat. I mean, I'm sorry I'm rambling here. Okay, great question. Uh, okay, my favorite distortion is that new excuse me, the new Nux metalcore. I use that on a lot of my videos. It's the Nux metalcore. I did a video a week or two ago on it, and I don't say it, but I do use that through a Marshall, whether it's a TSL, a DSL, or a JMP, or my Angle, to give it a really tight sound. I would definitely check that out, guys, if you're into that really tight, chuggy sound that I do sometimes. I use that pedal a lot. Delays, oh, like I say, I'm in the other room right now, so, but definitely I do like some of the Nux stuff. The Boss stuff is okay, but what's that Nux one? I'm sorry, I'm really bad metalhead hippie about remembering stuff. Oh, the Rev, yeah, it's definitely cool. Sorry, let me read that again. The Rev. Hippie, sorry, I mean, I don't know everything. Is that amplifiers or pedals, the Revs? They're the pedals, aren't they? Yeah, I think they are. Yeah, the Rev pedals are good. Um, I've also used the Fortin pedals, a couple of those. A buddy of mine lent me them. I didn't do a video though, but they're definitely cool. But the Nux or Nux, Nux, I can't remember what it's called. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know that I used to have a Rev amp, but their pedals are really good. Definitely. Um, that, like I say, for delay pedals, I'm trying to. Sorry, I can't remember. I don't. I'm not going to go in the other room. And look at my Nux pedals. We can chat another time about it. But the Nux delay pedals and reverbs are good. Um, those are what I usually use, and also the TC Electronics. I'm not sure if it's called the Holy Grail or something. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at remembering. Yeah, so yeah, Metalhead Hippie definitely. I like the Rev stuff. A buddy of mine's got, I think, one or two of their pedals. I borrowed. It was pretty decent, definitely. Um, yeah, the amp tweaker is good, Ed. I had that. Nice. Yeah, but I'm telling you guys a secret. I probably already gave it away in the Nux video. That Nux metal core is a really good pedal for high gain stuff. Um, it is it is one of my favorite distortion pedals that I use. So that's that. Um, yeah, I mean, a lot of times I'll use a mixture of amps and pedals. Like I'll sometimes use an Angle, or I'll use a DSL or TSL, and then I'll put a pedal in front of it. And sometimes I mix them together, and yeah, I do like the Angle stuff though. The Fireball is a Fireball too. I have two of those actually. I know you're thinking, what? Really? Why would you have two? Well, in case I ever go on tour or need one. Yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there. I think it can depend on your setup too for amps and pedals. Different amps will react different. I tend to use a Marshall a lot of the time. Sometimes I do use a Randall though. I have used I've used a V2 a couple times. Sometimes, like I say, I don't always post what I use. It's just the way I am. Sometimes I just don't like to give away my secrets, but that's just me. Um, yeah, Jen is killer. I know she played Ibanez Gems a lot. Jen Gems. Yeah, I've been into her for a while too, hippie. And yeah, I've seen her play Angle, and yeah, she's phenomenal. She's absolutely amazing. There's a lot of great female players. What's that other blonde lady that plays with Alice Cooper? I get to the point where my brain is fried. I've had three car accidents where I wasn't driving in Canada, and my memory is really crappy. If you ask me what I did 20 years ago, I'm like, yeah, I remember. Nita, yeah, I can't even remember her last name. That really nice lady, blonde chick, or the blonde female. Yeah, she's phenomenal. I seen her with Alice Cooper and Nita Strauss. She's got the signature ibis. She's fantastic. Yeah, the Strymons are good. I don't think I own one. I got so many pedals, it's unbelievable. I do like TC Electronics. What's that? I like the K line stuff is good. They're really good. I think it's taste and preference. I mean, it's funny. Like, I just got into Vox amps a few months ago or 6 months ago. Hello, Sean or Shane. Is that? Sorry. Thank you for coming out. Um, what was I going to say? Yeah. So Strymons are cool. They're definitely nice pedals, but I think it just depends on your style and what you want to do. I mean, I love a lot of different music. Yeah, I am a fuzz doom player, hippie, definitely. I mean, I did a song with my Gibson RD, a video, and I haven't done the video. I've come sometimes when I do my videos, I come up with a song and make a song, and you know, I come up with a riff and then I build a video or a song or a jam out of it. Sometimes I do it off the cuff, but I've got a really cool doom riff song coming up that I know you'll like. But again, it's just time. Yeah, I like doom and gloom kind of stuff. Definitely. Definitely. Very cool, Rick. The reverberator. Can we make a song about that or will we get sued? Sorry, my video probably looks crap. I mean, I've got my spectacles so I can actually read the chat. These are prescription glasses for the wizard. Yeah, the Ocean 11s is cool pedal. I like. I'll show you guys something cool before I destroy and unplug everything. Tell me if you guys like this. It's got the original box. Can you imagine the price of this with the original box? Oh yeah, Fuzzlord. Yeah, I heard of them. I have to look them up. Definitely. So I'm being a bit of a geek here. Oh my lord, I've even got the prescription for it. I don't know if you can see that, but this is from the 80s, this pedal. Definitely gonna check out Fuzzlord, man. I love that. Oh, and it's an American product. Imagine that. It's got the American plug on it. I had a few of these. Electric Harmonics, Electric Mistress, Flanger, and Filter Matrix. Um, when I played in the Rush Tribute, I had one of these, and I've owned about 3 or 4 of them. And this one is from the 80s. I still got the original box. Yeah, it's worth a bit. Like I probably played it a couple times, but yeah, I think it's 85 or something. I don't know. I can't look up the serial number right now, but yeah, that is a freaking cool pedal. Because Alex Lysum from, sorry, I'm starting to slur my words. Probably Alex Lysum from Rush used one of those pedals, and when I was in the Rush tribute, I had that and a Boss Chorus pedal, which I still own. That's not the original flanger. That's even though it's from the 80s, I bought it a couple years ago or whatever. And I think I eventually had some kind of analog echo or a space echo. Yeah, they're great pedals. Yeah, the small tone's cool. Metalhead Hippie, nice. I love the name of that, the Void Master. Yeah, fuzz pedals are cool, but the electric harmonics, it's a little noisy pedal, but it's vintage, and I still love playing Rush, and it's just I only had a couple pedals back then. I didn't have nothing really. Like I say, I was broke, and nowadays we're spoiled. Can you imagine if we had what we have now back when we were young? I'm definitely going to look up Fuzzlord. Definitely. I need to do, I don't know if I've done any fuzz pedals. I probably will be. I still have a lot of pedal reviews to do. It's crazy. Pedals are great though. Like I say, I just do my thing. When I do reviews with pedals or whatever, I'm not perfect. I do the best I can, and I think when you have a big workload, two jobs and whatever you do, you have to what's the word? I'm no good with words, even though I have a college education or university education. Is You have to structure how long a videos you're going to do. A lot of times, my playing in the videos has to be edited down because it's really long. And but as I say, there's no rules to what you do. So I'm still learning. And it's just I want to have fun. Nice. I don't know if you guys have heard of Protone pedals. They've got a lot of signature pedals with guys from Slayer, Gary Holt, and Paige Hamilton. I got one somewhere. I got to do a review soon of that. Yeah, and it's like an overdrive. It's pretty cool. I'll be doing that video probably in the next couple of days. I'll be doing stuff tomorrow. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that stuff out. Like I say, that I'm probably going to wrap it up, guys. It's 3 a.m. and like I say, I'm a bit frazzled now and running that I gotta go. I got lots to do tomorrow. I'm sure everyone does, but it's very late in the UK. Um, oh man, someone's just come into the room. Okay, I'll give it another 5 minutes. Um, Hello, desolate morning. Like I say, it's late in the UK. But yeah, pedals are a great way to change your sound or enhance it in a different in a different way. So there's so many different styles or pedals you can use. And um oh, nice one, Rick. I wanted to get one of those, the Tony Iommi pedal. Thanks, Metalhead Hippie. You rock, brother. Like I say, I shared it with some of my people on Facebook and in China and wherever, but it's always the same. It's like when you go out or if you're allowed out wherever you live, people say, "Oh yeah, I'll meet you or come to your gig." They never do. But I'm so happy you guys showed up. Like I say, I'm probably going to sign off in a few minutes. And what I will say is for the next one, I might do next Saturday probably. I'll try and fix the sound with the guitar. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. As I said, this is my first live stream, and I would like to do more. It's been very fun and enjoyable, and like I say, I mainly do reviews and songs on my channel. This is something new, so this is my other part of my studio. Um, So I'm not really, understanding how to make it look good. I have different, LED lights in here, and I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't want you to see the cobwebs. I got some skeletons on the wall with cobwebs, like Halloween stuff, as if I want people to see that. But yeah, this has been really fun. Um, it's so great when you guys show up. And like I say, this is a first for me, yada, yada, yada. So, yeah, I will definitely try and get it so I can play my guitar with better sound because I don't know what I did. I know you're saying, really? Thank you, Metalhead Hippie and Ed and everyone that came. I will, like I say, this is, I don't know. I know I say it all the time, but it's time for me. And I think it's a great thing for everybody. Thanks, Rick. And awesome. Like there's no excuses, but like, you know, I I have so many videos that I've got to put out, and that, obviously with my work and my life, I've got to balance it. But I will definitely, I'm going to try and do it once a week. And like I say, I want to try and make it the best I can. So, as I said, I apologize for any sound or lighting, but do you really want to see me properly? No, but I want to do can hear my guitar, so I can demonstrate some of these guitars, or I just want to promote some of the guitars that I'm endorsing or whatever, because that's what that's what my contract is, or what I need to do. I can show other stuff and talk about whatever I want. Yeah. So, anyways, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me on my little journey of Wizard's Castle and Guitar Safari. I know I'm silly, but it's the only way I keep being sane. Yeah. You guys are awesome, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Rick. Yeah, of course, Melhead Hippie. I know. It's just I'm so wrapped up in all other things that this is sort of like, oh yeah, I'll just do it, and you know, yeah, it might be because like I had my special glasses on so I can read the chat. Because if I didn't have the glasses on, I couldn't. It's Dick Van Dyke making an appearance. I couldn't read the chat, and that wouldn't be right. This is Spinal Tap. Uh, guys, I'm going to sign off here. Like I said, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. And, I definitely will come back. I probably do Saturdays around the same time because that is my most free night at the moment. And I'll try and join Metalhead Hippie on Friday. But like I said, I'm sorry if I can't make those shows, you know. Anyways, I just want to say thank you to all you guys, and we need to get more ladies in the chat room, and they'll be like, ew. Thank you so much, guys. Metalhead Hippie, all of you. And Eart Guitars, I know you didn't show up or weren't here. Hope you can watch the rerun. And yeah, I will be back probably next week at the same time. Thank you so much, guys. Peace and love, and metal and rock and guitars forever. Thanks so much, guys. Guys are the best. And we'll see you soon. And remember, it doesn't matter what guitar you play as long as you rock. Oh, yeah. Boom. That's for Hippie. I love when he says that. Boom. Sorry if I'm yelling. Boom. I got to get some sound effects. Okay, guys, I'm going to shut her down before my head explodes and my computer blows up. Thank you so much. Take care, and we'll see you next week. Peace.